sound detected. Hmm. Sound detected. Okay. Hope there will be sound detected. Capybara, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Hi, Capybara. Let me know if you can hear me. I need to just make sure. Yes, okay, can. Thank you very much. Yeah, just hang on for a while. Okay, we'll be starting soon. Today we're gonna go through P5 science, right? Water and the changes of state. Capybara. Okay, where is WL? Is WL joining the usual few? Capybara, you are how which level are you? Are you actually P5 or LL is P5? Okay, good. But later on, we will be doing some P6 English writing and P6 English also. So I think those of you who are P6 can hang around. And then later, I think there will be also Kahoot, right? Mm. P6 English is Kahoot. Yes, yes. At is it at 7? Let me think. Yes, yes, at 7 will be the Kahoot. Right, so you'll stay around until the Kahoot so that you can win some prizes, all right? You will be P6 English, but I mean, even if you're P5, you can just join for fun, right? Just think the full 3 hours good. Keep us company, talk to us, and learn something, right? The most important thing is hopefully improve. But Capybara, you haven't told me, are you which level are you? Are you P5 or P6? Okay, I think I shouldn't be showing this. Maybe towards the end, then I'll show this. Okay, but just some reminder for 肺炎障. Hmm, are you a Smurf? Just some like reminder for our weekly online classes. So the weekly online classes are taught by the same teachers, which is I'll be teaching the P5, and then the respective teachers also teach the respective level, right? So if you find these TikTok live useful, right, you can always try the trial lesson for our the weekly online lesson. That will be even better because that is a 1.5 hour lesson each week, and then we will be using our A grader worksheet, right? Our A grader weekly worksheet, which is a lot more interactive and a lot more better. All right. So the TikTok live, we're just going through question and question and question. So for example, our science, of course, for the online lesson, you can't really do experiment, but there's also some experiment. We will also be going through a lot of other OEQs. We will be doing new topics. Typically, we will teach topics in advance, right? So hopefully, like teaching in advance will allow you to have a good idea of the topic so that when you go to school, right, then you will be able to learn faster, right? Okay. Um, join on the laptop. Okay, sure. Let me just wait a while for. Okay, I think I can maybe. slowly start our today's lesson. Okay, so today we are going to go through some questions on the water and the changes of state. I think by now, most of you all should be doing this topic in school, right? Water and the changes of state. But some of you all might have done it in the earlier part of the year. Then after that, then towards the next part, then you'll do the cycle, the reproduction chapter, right? Because some schools, they teach the topics in a different way. But we have already done like reproduction, right? Now we are into the cycle, water cycle, right? Water cycle is typically the topic that a lot of students struggle in. Okay, let me just slowly start into the first question, all right? Okay, question number one, diagram below shows the water cycle. Hopefully you have already done water cycle and then know what is the water cycle all about, right? Typically you can start from where, but we always focus on the water bodies first, right? So the water bodies can be like your river, okay, river, lake. Even as I'm talking, I'm also giving out water vapor, right? So I will also be contributing to the water vapor in the air, right? So all this water vapor, right, will rise up into the sky, right? Eventually, they're gonna become clouds. Okay, but before they go through all these changes of state, right? So hopefully you'll still remember what is the process that they're gonna go through, right? The first one, the process that they're gonna go through is evaporation, right? The water bodies will, the rivers and lakes and the ponds will, the water will evaporate. Okay, why is it so soft? Let me see if I can try to adjust the volume. Okay. Okay, I have really adjusted it up. So, is it still very soft or can you hear me clearly? Is it, I hope it's not, now it's quite loud. Oh no. Okay, let me change just to 125. Here, okay. I think just soft. Okay, I've already set it up to 125%. Is it better now? Can hear? Okay, good. I'll just continue. All right. As in normal. Okay, not super loud, not super loud. Okay, yeah, just nice, right? On laptop is super soft. Maybe you can try to adjust the volume of your laptop. In that Kahoot, not for the P5, it's for the P6 English. So the Kahoot will be at 7, not 7 p.m. It will be in the 7 to 8 p.m. English lessons, right? Let me just continue on first. All right. So evaporation, remember, is a process that gains heat, right? So gain heat, and then they will change into water vapor. Water vapor is in the gaseous state, right? Gas. Okay, and then all this water vapor will condense. Okay, they will condense into water droplets, which is the clouds, right? Condensation is the process where they will lose heat. So when they lose heat, they will form clouds. Okay, clouds is considered in the liquid state. Okay, hopefully you all know that because a lot of students think of clouds as still in the gaseous state, right? So the clouds, when they get too heavy, right, they will fall as rain, and then the rain will return back to the water bodies. All right, so during these two arrows over here, there's no process because there's no change in state. Okay, user 7456, maybe you can try to up your volume. You're wearing headphones already. Okay, because the rest said that it is fine. So I'm not sure if I turn up the volume again, it'll be too loud for the others. But let me just try to. I'm bringing up to 150%. Just now was 125%. Okay, I hope that will help. Okay. Okay, this way I can also I don't need to speak so loud also. Hopefully it's better for you. User 7456. 7456. Okay. So let me continue with the question. All right. Okay, if still cannot, I'm not so sure about the others. Okay, because the others are not complaining about the sound. So maybe it is your settings. You try to check your settings. All right. Okay, the question is asking in which of the stage or stages does water exist in the liquid state? All right. So water will exist in the liquid state over here, right? Over here and over here. Only water vapor is in the gaseous state, right? Okay. Yes, try not to spam the answer. Moist, yes. No need to say sorry. Just don't need to spam. Don't spam. All right. Okay. So I think you already know, right? Cannot be water bodies only. Hold on now. This is not water bodies only because it includes the clouds. Okay. And the rain. It's not rain and water bodies only because also includes the clouds. All right, a lot of students forget about the clouds. Okay, and then water vapor and clouds. So water vapor is already wrong, right? Water vapor over here is in the gaseous state, right? This is in the gas state. Okay, so it will be the last one: gas, water bodies, and clouds only. All right, number four. Yes, I think a lot of you already know which one is the answer. Is there any question? Wait, this is P5. I mean, in P6, you're also tested on water cycle, right? So in P5, that is where you just started learning about the water cycle. Okay, so the last time I saw you, I think it was still back at the original, at the old timing, right, which is 7 p.m. But now we switched to a new format, right? So there'll be 3 concurrent lessons. So hopefully all of you will stay back for the other 2 lessons later on also. So later on there'll be let me see. Up next, okay, there'll be an English lesson, right? Followed by this one is a writing lesson, okay, followed by the P6 English lesson. Why they change? Because 1 hour too short. It's better to have 3 hours of lesson, right? Now you need to watch 3 hours, but you can eat while you're watching, right? But I cannot eat while I'm teaching. Okay, you can also like go toilet or do whatever. You can play game, but don't play game while I'm doing the live. Okay, but you can play game and watch the live at the same time. Okay, provided you can you're allowed to. And not here with headphones. And anyone else having issues hearing my mic, hearing the mic because I already switched it to one else. Okay, because user 7456, I don't, yeah, everyone else is hearing me clearly. So I think user 7456, you might want to check your settings. Unless it's like everybody can't hear, then it should be my problem, right? Okay, user 7456, you try to check your settings. Maybe you change to your laptop, or I don't know if you're using a phone or iPad or something else. All right. Eating while watching the live, yes, but I cannot eat, right? I hope I can eat while teaching the live, but then you'll hear me like nom, 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 nom. Okay, yeah, I cannot. Okay, let's move on to the next question. All right, next question will be a bit challenging because a lot of students typically will get this kind of question wrong. Okay, table below shows the state of four different substances W, X, Y, and Z at different temperature. Okay, so if you look through the 4 substances, right, W, okay, is a liquid, and followed by gas. Right, so X is a solid, and then it turns into liquid at this point. Okay, Y is solid, liquid. Okay, Z is a liquid, gas. All right. So the question is asking you which substance has the highest melting point. Okay, Capybara, you're saying it is number 2. User 7456, you're saying it's number 4. Okay. The question is asking for the highest melting point, right? Hopefully you still remember what is melting point, okay? Melting point is the temperature that a substance changes from solid, okay, to liquid, right? Solid to liquid, okay? So we will slowly look through them one by one. Substance W. Okay, substance W, you don't see any solid to liquid, right? So probably it changed from solid to liquid at a lower temperature. Okay, which means that for substance W, okay, the let me think, melting point. Okay, melting point is lower than 30. Okay, then we go to substance X. Okay, substance X, if you notice, it is solid, solid, then liquid, right? So it changes from solid to liquid over here from 50 to 110, right? That means the melting point is, oops, sorry, chose the wrong, okay, I want the highlighter. Substance X changes from solid to liquid at between 50 to 110, which means that the melting point is somewhere between 50 to 110, right? Maybe it's 51, I'm not so sure, but it will be between 50 to 110. Yeah. So for substance Y, it changes from solid to liquid. Okay, over here, that means it will have a melting point of 30 to 50. Okay. And then the last one, right? If you look at the solid is like below. Okay, so for substance Z, the melting point is also lower, right, than 30 degrees Celsius. I hope by now you'll realize which substance has the highest melting point. It is not option 2. It is also not option, oh, sorry. Let me think. It is not option 4. Just now someone put option 4, right? So it is not option 4. Some of you chose number 2, right? Those who choose number 2 got it correct. Okay, so it will be substance X because substance X, the melting point is between 50 to 110. But substance Y, the melting point is between 30 to 50. Both W and Z, the melting point is below 30. All right, so the highest point will be X option. So easy, which one? Anyone from Jurong Green CCA grader here? Yep, anyone from Jurong Green CCA grader here? If you are at Jurong Green CC, you can join me for the live. Okay, well done. AL2, right? 35.5. 35.5. Okay, so for now, okay, good. Let's go. Right? Any questions? No questions. Okay, user 7456 from Sun Plaza. Okay, so sometimes I go to Sun Plaza also. Is it about water cycle? Yes. Today we're just purely going through questions on water cycle. All right. Okay. Ella, you got 14 out of 20. Okay, out of 20 is a very short paper, so we can't really tell how you are performing. But okay, usually you should try to get higher for upon 20 paper. Oh, Wilson, your teacher is Pauline. That means you'll be having lesson later. Wait, not done. Wait, what do you mean by not done? Oh, you still want to copy? Okay, sure. You need the NEOS. Okay, sure. I am just gonna hang on here for a while. I think recently you all should just finish like your WA test, right? Yeah, that's why most of you are like sharing your results. Okay, but hopefully, what's important is After you receive your result, you know how to improve, right? Merlin, you come on Saturday. Okay. I think teacher Pauline later will be here, right? I think so. Okay, should be done, right? Let us move on to the next question. Okay. Question 3. Which statement is correct? Okay, so this question is pretty straightforward, right? It's just asking you which statement is correct, right? So just gonna go through the statement one by one. Here it is pronounced me oh yes. Oh, okay, sure. Me oh yes. Me oh yes. All right. Option 1 says that all liquid boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Do all liquid boil at 100 degrees Celsius? Yes or no? Anyone? Me oh yes. Can you tell me? Do all liquid boil? That sounds even worse. Okay, yeah. Ella, you got it correct. Okay, no. The only liquid that boils at 100 degrees Celsius will be water. All right. It's wrong. Only, okay, pure, we're talking about a pure water, right? Boils, okay, at 100 degrees Celsius, okay? So next time when you go to secondary school, right, you will learn that different material will have different boiling point and melting point, provided it is a pure element, all right? Okay, what about option 2? Option 2 says that evaporation takes place at any temperature. Oops. Okay, any temperature, evaporation. Is option 2 correct or wrong? Okay. Um, Shiny says that it is option 2. Ella also says that it is option 2. That means you think that, okay, evaporation takes place at any temperature. Yep. Okay, evaporation do take place at any temperature, but typically we look at it from 0 to 100, right? But anyway, you are not tested on any other temperature range, okay? But let's go through option 3 and 4 first to find out what's wrong with 3 and 4, okay? Option 3 says that water vapor, right, can be seen with the naked eye. Okay, water vapor definitely cannot be seen, right? Because water vapor is in the gaseous state, right? And then we are being surrounded by water vapor all the time. Okay, so I don't think you can see water vapor, which is surrounding you all around you. All right, so this is wrong because it's in the gas state. Okay, and then the last one, evaporation takes place at any. Okay, this one is a part. Okay, evaporation takes place at any part of the liquid. No. Okay, evaporation takes place at which part of the liquid? Can any one of you all tell me? Evaporation takes place at which part of the liquid? The surface, yes, Ella. Well, okay, looks like Ella is pretty good at science. All right, it takes place at the surface. Okay, not any parts, right? So hopefully you'll remember the difference between boiling and evaporation, right? Boiling occurs throughout the whole body, throughout the whole liquid. Okay. Okay, telling the chair to say my user properly. Okay, why don't you choose an easier username like John, Peter, Man, or what? Okay, my username is pretty easy. Instead of me, oh yes. Some substance are not water has a boiling point of negative degree. Yep. Okay, different substances will have different melting point and boiling point. Merlin. Yes, thank you. That is a very good science fact. Okay, so that means the answer is option 2, right? Okay, you should know by now. Shouldn't be too difficult for this question number 3. You know what? Just say my name, actual name. Corelia. Corelia. Okay, I think I prefer me oh yes now. Okay, which is the reason why I don't teach English because I have problems pronouncing even names. Okay. Okay, yeah, Corelia is it even worse for me? I think it sounds even worse. Okay, anyway, let us move on to question 4, right? Question 4. Okay, a beaker of water at 10 degrees Celsius, okay, was placed in a room. Okay, that is 30 degrees Celsius. All right. So Okay, 10 degrees Celsius is pretty cold, right? It's a cold water. And then if the surrounding temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, right, it is going to be quite hot. Okay, so this is hot. Okay, this is cold. And then we will expect some condensation to take place. Okay, I think yes, none yes, yes, no offense taken. So yes, that's why I teach English and I don't teach it. Sorry, that's why I teach science and I don't teach English. I can teach you how to fail your English. Okay, but later on, teacher Elvin and teacher Lian will teach you how to ace your English. All right, but not me. Okay, so for a cold water, I'm sure you all would have seen this many times, right? If you put a beaker of cold water or like a can of cold water, cold drink on the table, right? You will observe that water droplets will form on the outer surface, right? So by now you should realize which one is the answer, right? The answer should be this one because immediately once you see cold water, okay, then the warm water vapor, right, will touch the surface. So warm, okay, water vapor. Okay, comes into contact with the cold surface and then they will lose it and condense into water droplets, right? Okay, option three, once you see option three, you should know that this is actually belongs to the hot water, right? Hot water, they will evaporate, okay? And then they will come into contact with the inner surface, right? The inner surface. Okay, then they will lose heat and condense into water droplets. Yes, Wee Chong, yeah, the water droplets must be outside for cold water, all right? Because of option, hopefully you all do not pick option one and option two, all right? Because option one and two doesn't make sense at all, okay? So it will be, hopefully you recognize option three belongs to hot water, option four belongs to cold water. Okay, so if they are asking you which of the following diagram correctly shows where the water droplets will form on the beaker, okay, hopefully you all will be able to pick option four. Any question about condensation, evaporation? Okay, no, Riemann Sukuna. Okay, not okay, good. Okay, no question. Then I'm gonna slowly move on to OEQ section, right? Okay, the water where white means that will come in contact with a container that is wow, so fast. Cheyenne. Okay, Cheyenne. I remember last year I had a student also by the name of Cheyenne, but spelled in a different way. Okay, I'm not sure if you're the same person, but I don't think you are because last year that student was in P6. But anyway, let me read through the question first, all right, before you all jump into the answer. Okay, question number 5. The diagram below shows three identical cups, right, filled with the same amount of water at different temperature. It placed in the classroom. Okay, so it sounds like an experiment, okay, with a few variables, right, such as three identical cups, right, same amount. So these are basically your constant variables. Okay, at different temperature, right, different temperature will be the changed variable, okay, placed at the same location, right, same location. Okay, so basically the same location is also a constant variable. Okay, so if you look at the three cups A, B, and C, right, the only thing that you should be focused on is their temperature difference, right? 10, 28, and 80. Okay, so cup A is 10 degrees Celsius is a pretty cold water, right? 80 degrees Celsius is very hot. Right? Okay, you shouldn't touch any liquid that is at 80 degrees Celsius. I think you're gonna get burned. Okay, cup B is typically like a room temperature water, okay, at 28. So for part A, in which cup A, B, or C will the water evaporate the slowest? Okay, if they're asking for evaporate the slowest, okay, hopefully you still remember what is the factors that will affect your rate of evaporation. Okay, so The three factors will be your W, E, and T, right? W, E, and T. It's wind, exposed surface area, and temperature, right? So the temperature with the lowest will have the slowest rate of evaporation. Okay, so you should pick cup A. Cup A. Okay, so for the next part, you need to explain your answer. Okay, I have already explained it. So all you all have to do is, hopefully you all remember, right, just now what I said, okay? And then just write down what I've said just now. So basically, you just have to talk about the temperature, right? Cup A has the lowest temperature, okay? So it will experience the slowest rate of evaporation. The water in cup A has the lowest temperature. So it will experience, okay, the lowest, okay, rate of evaporation. Let me just check through. Oh, I got scalded before many times. Okay, so not a good idea to get scalded by hot water. Okay, WL, you're finally here. Okay, A has the lowest temperature compared to B and C. Okay, therefore, it will experience the lowest rate of evaporation. Okay, good. Merlin says that it has the lowest temperature among the three cups. Okay, sure. Temperature of Ella says the temperature of water in cup A is the lowest. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, any other answers? Let me see. Answer, okay, Cheyenne says that the answer for B is because cup A has the lowest temperature. Yep, okay, good. It has the low, it has, which one you got to explain why it has the lowest rate of evaporation and not tell me it has the lowest rate of evaporation. Mio, yes, you said that it is the coldest water, so it will have the lowest rate of evaporation. Okay, instead of saying it has the coldest water, right? It's better to use temperature, right? So lowest temperature will be a better term than the coldest water. Right? I think most of y'all should be able to get the full marks. WL, I kind of forgot what is your answer, but if your answer is about the same as mine, then you should be getting marks, okay? Infinity, I'm not sure why you cannot hear, but the rest of them can hear. So maybe it is some settings on your side, okay? So maybe you try to change your settings. Let me go through part C, okay? So after some time, okay, water droplets, oops, okay, sorry, new equipment, I'm not used to it. Okay, after some time, water droplets were observed on the inner surface of cup C. So just now, the previous question we just discussed, right, on the inner surface. Why is it on the inner surface? It's because it is hot water, right? So if it's a hot water, then the water is gonna, okay, I want to draw. The water is gonna evaporate, right? Evaporate, and then it's going to come into contact with the inner surface, the cooler inner surface, and then it's going to lose it and condense. All right, lose heat and condense. Okay, good. Infinity now can hear. Okay, because I really can't do anything. Something wrong with my audio, right? Okay, sorry. Wait, is it But the TikTok is picking up. Okay, because I see the sound bar is jumping, so it is picking up my audio. My mic should be working. Okay. Actually, if you just join, I think you try to change your settings, because I don't know. I think the rest of them are hearing quite fine, because if my audio is out, I think everybody will be complaining and telling me, right? Yeah, see, Wee Chong says it is so easy. Yeah, you try to leave and rejoin, all right? See if that helps or not. Okay, so for part C, you just need to explain how the water droplets form. So I already briefly explained how the water droplets form. I am just gonna write down the answer, right? So first, you can talk about the warmer water vapor. Evaporated from the hot water. It touches the cooler inner surface of the cup. Is lagging, or maybe I'm lagging, I'm not so sure. Okay, touches the cooler inner surface of the, okay, my cup looks like a up. Lost heat. Okay, and condenses, or condensed into water droplets. Rewriting, don't move on. Okay, sure. Let me just highlight maybe a few keywords for y'all to pay attention to. All right. So remember, when you are describing the water vapor, right, try to use words such as a warmer water vapor, right? Okay, the warmer water vapor, you can say gain heat. Okay, I shouldn't say gain heat. Okay, evaporated from the hot water, and remember to say touches or comes into contact, right? Touches the, okay, touches the cooler inner surface, all right, lose heat, and then condense into water droplets. So this is like a very standard way which we use to describe condensation, right? Remember to talk about all these few points, then you should be safe and you should be able to earn your marks when you're describing all these questions regarding your water cycle question, all right? While you are writing, let me just drink some water. Okay, um, Capybara, what are you eating? Now you're making me hungry. April, how old am I? Why don't you make a guess? How old do I look like? Okay, Mio, yes, right. Cooler inner surface of the cup condensing to form water droplets. Okay. 80 years old, yes, you are spot on, Asher. Actually, I am 800 years old. Okay, I'm not 80 years old. All right. How many zero? Oh my goodness. Okay, that looks like a 1 million, or is it 10 million? All right, I'm so old that my eyes cannot make out how many zeros you wrote. Okay, so any more questions about the water cycle question? No? Okay, if not, let me just move on to the next question, all right? Okay, question 6. The water bath kept at a constant temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, let me use a highlighter instead. Okay, there's a water bath that's kept at a constant temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, it is quite hot, right? Two glass sheets, sorry, of different temperature. Okay, so we can see it is 80, one is 80, okay, and one is 30, right? P and Q were placed above the water bath as shown below. Okay, so there is a tank of water, right? This water bath is pretty hot, okay? It is 80 degrees Celsius. There's a plate over here which is 80 degrees Celsius, and there's another plate Q which is 30 degrees Celsius. If the question wants you to state where the water droplets were formed within a short period of time, okay, put a tick against the correct answer. Okay, there is supposed to be a tick over here, the tick against the correct statement. Okay, the first statement says that water droplets were formed on the upper. Okay, water droplets were formed on the upper side of the glass sheet. Okay, will water droplets be forming over here on the upper side of the glass sheet? No, I don't think either P and Q will have, right? So, okay, we're gonna leave these two alone, right? Okay, we're not gonna take these two. Okay, I'm sure by now you should know where the water droplets will form. Even if water droplets will form, it will be on the inner surface, right? Should I say inner surface? Okay, maybe I'll put it as the bottom, okay, surface. Okay, so but before you go through the answer, right, you should be able to have some inferences, right? So this is a pretty hot water, right? So the water is going to evaporate. Okay, but is it going to condense on P or Q? Okay, hopefully by now you should realize that the water droplets will form on Q, okay, and not on P. So why is water droplets not forming on P? Can anyone tell me why is water droplets not forming on P? Ethan, what's after science for this? It will be English, right? P5 and P6 English. Okay, W, I don't need to spend Q. Tell me why is water droplets not forming on P? Okay, anyone can tell me why is water droplets not forming on P? Both P and water are 80 degrees Celsius. What does it mean by both? Okay, yes, Ella, I think you have the correct idea, right? You are saying that both P and the water bath, okay, they have the same temperature, right? Same temperature. But okay, that also means that there's no temperature difference. Okay, so what I'm looking out for is no temperature difference, right? Same, that means no temperature difference. Okay. So remember, the key factor that will affect the rate of condensation is how big is their temperature difference, right? Equal temperature, yes. Okay, so only when there's a temperature difference such as Q, right? 30 and 50 is quite a big difference. That's why condensation will occur, all right? So for the second sentence, okay, water droplets will form on the underside of the glass sheet, right? P will not have any water droplets forming, so it will be Q. And then when they say no, no, right? Water droplets were formed on the glass sheet, right? This one is P. Okay, so P will not experience any condensation, all right? Because yes, same temperature. Wait, can someone like me on TikTok or I'll be very sad? Okay, yes, someone will like you for sure, all right? We move on to the next question. Okay, I don't think this one there's any question, right? Next, okay, Michael. Um, Michael took a hot shower, and when he came out of the shower, he observed that the bathroom window was foggy. Okay, so the bathroom window was foggy, right? Foggy means there's a lot of water droplets, correct? So water droplets form, that means it is probably because the mirror is a cold surface or a cool surface, right? And then the warm water vapor, right? Okay, warm, what? Vapor comes into contact with the cold mirror and it's going to lose heat and condense into the water droplets, right? So this is basically the explanation. Okay, this is basically the explanation for why Michael's bathroom mirror became foggy. All right, so we're going to write down the answer as the warm water vapor from the hot shower. Okay, touch the cool surface, the mirror, and then lost heat. Okay, and condense to form water droplets. Okay, so by now you should be able to see like certain pattern. Okay, when it comes to explaining condensation, right? We always talk about the warm water vapor. Okay, touch the cooler surface and then lost heat and condense to form the water droplets. All right. Okay. Any question? Wow, all I see is a WL. WL, you're demanding. Okay, what is WL demanding? Okay, WL, try not to demand anything during the lesson, right? Try to focus on lesson. Process is evaporation and condensation. Okay, yes. I mean, a lot of OEQ questions, Wee Chong like to test you on the process of evaporation and condensation. Right? So hopefully you are very familiar of how to describe and how to explain these two processes. All right. Okay, so let me continue on with the next question. Okay, next question. Michael then replaced his bathroom mirror with a heated mirror. Okay, very advanced technology, right? The mirror can produce heat itself. Okay, so he noticed that when the mirror is heated, okay, it will not become foggy after the hot shower. Right, so this is a concept which we covered earlier on, right? So when it is hot, right, then the water vapor will not be able to, okay, sorry, who is not done yet? Trisha, okay, not done yet. All right. Okay, while you are writing, okay, let me just explain about the heated mirror, okay? So when the mirror is heated, right, then the temperature difference there won't be any temperature difference. In fact, if the mirror is hotter than the surrounding temperature, then condensation will not occur because the water vapor cannot lose heat. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Then ready. Okay, good. Let me just move up here. All right. So remember. Okay, let me just write down some annotations. Right, when it is heated. Okay, then the water. Okay, vapor not lose heat. That's why it's not foggy because there is no condensation. All right. A mirror made of glass or metal. Maybe it's a combination of glass and metal. Okay, hopefully you understand what's going on, right? Explain why the heated mirror is not foggy after a hot shower. Okay, I am going to write down the answer. Right, it's because okay, the heated mirror was okay was hotter than the surrounding so the water vapor heat and condense when it touches, okay, the mirror. Okay, so the heated mirror is hotter than the surrounding water vapor, right? So it could not lose heat, right? If it cannot lose heat, then it will not condense, all right? Okay, any question? I think it is astigmatism. Oh, yeah, because astigmatism, then you will see like a, uh, okay, better get it checked. Astigmatism is usually because you're maybe watch your phone in the dark, okay, or watch television in dark. Any question? The see, okay. If no question, I'm gonna move on to question 7. Let's go through question 7. Shahi hung two similar shirts to dry in the same location. He hung shirt G and folded shirt H. Sorry, he hung shirt G folded and shirt H is unfolded. Okay, so a lot of things we need to digest, right? Two similar shirt and the same location. So those that are highlighted yellow are the constant variables. And then shirt G is folded, right? Over here, it shows that it is folded. Shirt H is not folded, right? So this is basically your changed variable already, right? One is folded, one is unfolded. Okay, and then hopefully by now you should realize that. Hi, Karin. Hopefully by now you should realize that it has got something to do with your right. So exposed surface area. Okay, which is one of the factor that will affect your rate of evaporation, right? And also okay, sorry, I missed out one point, which is both are equally wet, okay, at the start, which means that both will have the same amount of water, right? Same water. Okay, so based on diagram shown, which shirt would dry first? All right, so this one you'll probably already know, right? Which shirt will dry first? It will be shirt H. Okay, so on top of that, you will need to explain, right? Explain why. Okay, so we're gonna write down shirt. We should, sorry, shirt H first. Okay, Merlin, you're saying that when you fold your t-shirt, the exposed surface area is lesser. Okay, so the focus is on talking about which shirt will dry first, right? So your focus should be on explaining shirt H, okay? Not talk about G, all right? So we're gonna focus on shirt H, and then we're gonna say that because it has a larger exposed surface area. Okay, it is not folded. Okay, and has, sorry, TikTok is telling me that I am inactive. Okay, it is not folded and has a larger, okay, exposed surface area. Okay, in okay, and has a larger exposed surface area. Okay, to the kidding. So, the temperature of the shirt. No, I don't think the question is talking about. I don't think the question gave us information about the temperature of the shirt. Okay, so the rate of evaporation, okay, of should it faster allow it. So yes, what? Oh yes, partly is win. Okay. Shine is saying that partly is win. Wait, see my question. What is your question? Can I write it is unfolded so there would be more exposed surface area in contact with the light source? Okay, but the question never mentioned any light source. So you can, yeah, I think your answer is quite okay, but just at the ending part when you say there is more exposed surface area in contact with the light source, maybe change the light source to the surrounding air, right? Then that will be better. Okay, I think you got the correct idea. Okay, teacher Alvin is gonna talk Japanese later. Okay, sure, I'm gonna tell him to talk Japanese later. Teacher Alvin, are you there? Teacher Alvin might be in this live, so Teacher Alvin, I think he got the message. Okay, part B. State one other factor affecting the rate of evaporation. Yeah, just now early on, I think I already talked about the three factors, right, that will affect the rate of evaporation. Hopefully, you all still remember your W E T, right? So it will be, okay, let me change the color. Wind, right? Okay, exposed, okay, surface area, and also temperature. Okay, so the only factor that is not mentioned is temperature and wind, right? So either one will do. Humidity is no longer tested, right? So it's better not to take the humidity, right? So it's either a wind, okay, or temperature is also fine, okay? Because question 7 itself is only on exposed surface area, okay? Material difference is not one of the factor that we learn about affecting the rate of evaporation. Okay, so and then the question already said there are two similar shirt over there, so they have the same material. Okay, J1. No, WL, why are you leaving at 6:05? Because 6 p.m. Teacher Alvin is gonna start his lesson. WL, you gotta stay until 8. You can listen to the live while doing your homework. Okay, so no more question, right? I think Teacher Alvin is ready to take over. Just now, there's one guy asking you, "Are you gonna speak Japanese later?" So it is user 7456. Okay, user 7456. Later he will speak Japanese to you. All right. So let me just where is that? Yeah, I'm next. Okay, so I am going to mute and then hand over to teacher Alvin. Okay, bye bye. I'll see you all next week. Oh, hold on. Teacher Alvin saying still got 5 minutes, so I need to with you all a bit more. Sure not. Okay, never mind. We can do it together. Double I'll collab. Yeah, I'll teach you how to fail English, and then teacher Alvin will teach you how to pass English.
Teach you how to write science in the wrong way. We will there you learn that science don't have to be grammatically correct as long as it's sensible. Right. But then again, common sense not very common. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I mute first. You don't want to hear me talk rubbish. Wait. Okay, test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Can you all hear me? Hi, Karine. Is that how I pronounce your name? Is it Karine? Let me see. This wrong one. Oh, this one. Ayo. Hi, Asher. Yeah, I also have an ex-student called Asher. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. To you, hola, aloha, compañero. Hola is Spanish. Hello, everyone. For Muslim friends who are there, I think you'll be breaking fast soon, right? So yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later, right? Hello, Ella. So breakfast ready, then enjoy your time with your family. And yeah, you deserve the break. Okay, let me see. Yep, we have a bit more time. Hello, is that, I don't know, is that Russian or Ukrainian or what? Did I spell that correctly? Spell what? I don't know what it's supposed to spell. My user is pronounced. What do you mean your user? Are you talking about the person or are you talking about the name? Because that will be therefore become username. Your name is pronounced Mio Yes. Why Mio Yes? That's like quite a mouthful, you know. Why not just Meows? Isn't that like easier? Japanese or what? Arigatou gozaimashita. Oh, you are trying to say thank you, is it? That's arigatou gozaimashita. That's AR. Arigatou gozaimashita. That's my cat's name. Your cat's name is Meows. Then what's your name? I hope it's I don't know. Is it Catherine because you like cats, right? Then Catherine with a K. Your both of you have cats called Meows. So you all bring your two cats together, then you have Meow and Meow, then you all can go Meow Meow forever, right? Okay. That reminds me of Meow Meow Hi. Yeah. Your name is what? Corelia. Is that you pronounce your name Corelia? Or is it Colia? Or I don't know. Cordelia? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah, probably easier, if you actually say. Oh, I really don't know. It's Core, right? So I see Colia, right? Colia first somewhat. Yes, first somewhat. I don't know. Okay, all right. Oh, Ashes there as well. Okay, people. Let's get started. Okay, so yeah, let's see what we have for this one here. Hang on. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this one here, situational writing. Right, so this piece here, basically there is more, how should we say, uh, more dialogue, right? And so, uh, yeah, there's more information for us to see. Oh, it's Corellia. That's interesting. What does Corellia even mean? Right, we found out the meaning. Um, yeah, but why why are you so concerned about how people pronounce your name on TikTok Live? Then again, then maybe you should, come up with a different username, lah, right? Something that's easier to pronounce. There is no meaning in Corellia should have some meaning, right? It's quite sad if there's no meaning to your name, right? I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we have. I mean, you go search online lah. There could be something, or you ask your mother. I mean, unless you're like those ex-students where their parents named them after what's that? Their favorite cartoon characters of sorts, right? Then yeah, then you might have, I don't know, some other names. I got Singaporean students who have Japanese names, right? And their parents are not Japanese at all. But yeah. There you go, Cordelia flower, right? So yeah, then maybe your actually Cordelia sounds nicer. But yeah, anyway. So you're a flower. You're named after a flower. Okay. Anyway, yes. So let's look at this one here. There is this Ken, right? So we have Ken here talking to his mother, right? So and about a movie, right? And so yeah, so that's the context that we have here. In essence, um, this particular parent and child talking about the movies, right? So if we look at the dialogue that we have here, so the first one, basically from Ken, it goes that, look, mom, the Lost Island movie is out. So you also notice, well, maybe I zoom in a bit here, right? If you notice, basically there is the um, um, inverted comma here, inverted comma here. Well, this should tell you that this is basically the name, right, of the movie, right? And so you notice there's this capital here, and capital here, right? So which is in essence the name of the movie. You are watching this while doing your homework. How can you focus? I mean, multitasking is a myth. It doesn't happen. You are basically what we call task switching, and that's not good because you cannot focus, right? You can't focus, and so it's hard for you to, well, learn, right? You can't really learn that well. So maybe you want to focus on one. Okay, right. So anyway, so this is the movie. So this movie is out, meaning that it is now showing in the cinemas, right? And so this person seems to be, well, kind of excited about the show. And so why? Then the mother says, it sounds interesting, right? So sounds interesting. This is just simply based on the name of the show. So, well, it probably implies maybe this is some adventure sort of, action and adventure sort of film, right? So if you're into that, maybe based on this name, it can suggest that this is what you are, well, watching. Okay. And so, but just to confirm, right, the mother asked, what is this movie about, right? So what's the contents about? Okay, bye. Right. Right. And then so uh the Kahoot will be in the later session. So after this, right? So somewhere between 7 to 8 p.m. Okay. Right. Yeah, not this session. Right now. So So then they tell you it's about a few children, right, who go on an adventure and discover, right, a deserted island with mysterious creatures living on it, right? So this one here, they will tell you this is adventure, right? So the name kind of suggests that this is an adventure sort of film. Then with few children, right? So probably like, so you get to imagine that you are the children. Watch what anime? So then again, this Lost Island thing reminds me of, some other, which other movies? Which movies have you all watched that have this concept of, some lost island, and then you got children going on adventure and then discover some deserted island. Are there any movies like that? Any of you watched anything like that? Well, I don't know. So yeah, it's can't think of any. I haven't watched the movies in a very long while. So no. Tintin. Oh yeah, Tintin. They probably have such adventures. Then probably maybe I don't know. What's that one? Asterix and Obelix, maybe. Yeah, you watch one movie with your BFF. So what's the name of the movie? Or maybe like the what's that one? Mission Impossible, right? There's some element of adventure too, right? Although there's a lot of action. Or the Magic Faraway Tree, yeah, maybe, right? I haven't read that one yet. One Piece. One Piece, don't know, broken into how many pieces already, still haven't finished yet. My goodness. The one scrawny little pirate become don't know what some crazy thing. It's like worse than Dragon Ball, but anyway, yeah. Totoro, so much there. I mean, there's some element of adventure, but it's not so much of a lost island. Then that's the case you myself say, what's the one Spirited Away, right? But yeah, okay, yes. So anyway, yeah. So Lost Adventure Island. I know there was one called I think that's like way before your time. I think it's called National Treasure or something like that. So that one is by cannot recall what's the actor's name. But yeah, so there's also an adventure where they go around hunting for treasure or something like that, right? Then there's what's the name of that book? Although I don't think you all should be reading it now. Not age appropriate for you all yet. The one by Dan Brown. Can't recall the title. What's that one called? The famous book. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Harry Potter. I'm not into pots that grow too much hair, but yeah. Anyway, that one is more like fantasy. Harry Potter is more like fantasy, not so much adventure, although there's the element of adventure in it. Okay, but yeah, so those kind of books, right? So this is the movie of that, and then there's this mysterious creatures living on it. How many of you would like to visit? How many of you of here would be like adventurous and then visit islands with mysterious creatures? Oh, capybara lover. Why if there are no capybaras there? Then will you still go? Are you teaching us literature or English? I don't know. They're quite kind of related. But then again, we could teach you Chinese literature, right? Then you have to 讲华语. But yeah, for the sake of our non-Chinese viewers, we shall keep to channel 5. Okay. You prefer staying at home with aircon? Okay, yeah, sure. Some of you prefer aircon. I mean, yeah, why not, right? It's comfortable, right? Then Whisper of the Heart. That one nice. In Netflix. Is it the original or is it a remake? Okay, but anyway, yeah. You want to make dragons. But what if there's no dragons? Maybe there's only capybaras. Give me monsters. I want to fight. You sure? Are you fit enough? How's your NAFA 1.6 timing like? Are you able to run away fast enough? Yeah. Right. So Home Alone is more like comedy, action, may not so much action, but I mean it's just comedy. Would you consider action? Well, not really, but yeah, there's some action involved where he tries to play all the pranks to get rid of the thieves, right? Yeah. So well, history teacher, you already have a history teacher in primary school. I don't think so, right? Unless you're in secondary school. Not sure. Right. Anyway, yeah. So, well, seems like this is rather interesting movie to watch because you have these mysterious creatures. You probably want to find out, why they were there, how they got there, that sort of thing. So it's like I don't know, Avatar or something, right? Anyway, so there's this movie, right? And Ken seems to be very excited because you have this exclamation mark here, right? To tell you that, um, he seems to be excited, right? So this here will tell you that he here is excited, right? He's pretty much excited to watch the show, right? And so, yeah, he's telling his mother about it. Okay, right, let's go to the next panel, right? Are you all seeing the next panel yet? Okay, right. So this next panel, we look at what the mother says first because you notice that this bubble, speech bubble, is the higher one. And so therefore, this will be the one that we're looking at first. Then we'll go on to this, right? Anyway, it's in response to what he said earlier here. And so from here, we'll go down to this before going back to him, right? So the height of the speech bubble matters. Okay, come, let's go back to what is in the second panel. Li Weiling, who is Li Weiling? Is that like the late Dr. Li Weiling, our late founding father's daughter? Is anyone from Sembawang Primary School? Okay. Meow is Cordelia is from Sembawang Primary. You're exposing all your personal information. Okay, right. Anyway, her name is there without the Lee. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, let's look at this one here. So it sounds like a movie you like since you love action-packed movies, right? So here, this is well, maybe we change the in color. So this one here is seems to be the reason, right, that the Ken likes the show. Okay, so this is the reason why he would like the show according to his mother, right? Okay, and so here, why don't you ask your cousin, right, to see if she's interested in watching it with you, right? So here, this is the part where you get to ask someone along. So this question is most likely going to be some sort of an invitation, right? So quite likely based on this, you will probably need to um, write some email or letter that is an invitation to the cousin, right? This cousin, and this cousin will be a female cousin because they already say it's a she, right? So your pronoun will have to be for the female pronoun. Okay. Now then after that, we so far don't know the name yet. So ideally it will come to us in a while. And so he goes on to say that, okay, well, that's a great idea. I'll email Wei Ling now. And so there we have it. So we have the name of our cousin, right? So her name is Wei Ling, right? And yeah, so there's this invitation to Wei Ling, right? And yeah, I suppose some of you were talking about Wei Ling just now, right? But yeah, I don't know how you got her surname, but sure, right? And yeah, someone did mention that it was um, not Lee, right? Meows is definitely from Sembawang Primary. How do you know that? Capybara lover. What is the rarest surname in Singapore? I have no idea. I mean, the point that it is so rare that probably most of us would not have heard it, right? But then again, based on numbers, it will probably be from one of the minority races, right? I mean, could be someone from some other, well, I don't know, faraway country, right? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's see. So you have to write to this Wei Ling, right? And then it says here that there is a showing this Saturday at 2 p.m., right? So the show takes place at this date and time. So this answers the question of when the show takes place, right? And based on this, probably because this is the only date that's mentioned, this is likely going to be the show that they are watching. Unless they gave you like multiple show timings, and then that kind where you have multiple timings, and then they have to ask you, okay, based on your schedule, I can make it for this one, this other person can make it for this schedule, and so therefore we must find a common timing for the both of us, and as a result, then you can come to a conclusion. But in this case, well, quite nice. There isn't a need to do all that, and so therefore, that is most likely the show timing that you'll be going to, right? And here they tell you it is at Railway Mall. This seems to be the name of a real place. I don't stay in that part, so I'm not familiar, but I think there is, right? And so this is the venue, right? So it answers the question of where. Uh, are we going to answer the situational writing? Yeah, we are going to answer it later after we analyze the question. We will go through the possible answer. I will be typing it out, right? The rest of you, you can write it down. I think some of you do write it down. If you don't want to, you can choose not to. But if you want to type it out instead of writing it out, that works, right? Um, yeah, so that's about it. Okay, I take 20 minutes to analyze a simple situation. I think you are right, right? Because the alternative is I have to do multiple situational writings, and that's not something that I think you all want to do, right? In any case, I think even with one, there are people going in and out of the live stream. So this also helps for those who come a bit later. Okay, so we are not rushing. If you really want us to go in more in-depth, in more detail, then yeah, come join our online lessons, right? So the online lessons, right? Yeah, here, time for selfless uh, advertising, right? So here we go. So this is our online lesson. So you can come join the online lessons. I'm taking the one for um, English creative writing, right? And then we also have for English, math and science, right? For English creative writing, it will take place on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'll be taking the class, right? To join in the class if you want. If not, for those who are going to secondary, we have for secondary math, okay, right? So yeah, do join our classes. If not, if you are joining the physical classes already, that's fine too. By the way, we will be having our March webinar, so you can join that one as well. So the March webinar will be during the March holidays, usually in the mornings, right? And sometimes, depending on the class, could be in the afternoons as well, right? So you can join us for that. If I didn't recall wrongly, P6 English will be on Thursdays and Friday morning, right? 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., right? So we will cover like um, uh, questions, full papers, almost full papers for paper one and paper two. So there'll be situational writing, there'll be continuous writing, and there'll be paper two, right? And there will always be like comprehension OE, right? I'll be taking the class for the boot camp. So yeah, do join that one. Yeah, instead, right? If you don't want to join this weekly one, right? You can go to our website and take a look, right? Okay, so yeah, there is this um, online lessons, right? So do consider that. Okay, you can join from the comfort of your home, right? Who was that who said that you like your home a lot and don't want to go on adventure, right? Forgot what's the person's name. I think Ethan or something like that, right? Yeah, Ethan. Okay, Ethan Chia. Okay, so anyway, right. So let's come back to this. So this is the time and day that they're going to go for the show, and then this is the venue, the place where the show will be, right? Which is at Railway Mall. I think there really is a Railway Mall. I think so. Could be, don't know what's the actual name, but yeah, there's somewhere like this. Okay, right. So yes. So then after which, so of course, because the show is at 2 p.m., obviously you will meet earlier, right? Which is, so here he says, I'll arrange to meet her at 1 p.m. Well, let's change the color. So this meeting will take place at 1 p.m. and he will meet her at railway station. Now, so do take note of the name and the time of the meeting. So this red one here is for the meeting, right? Time and venue, right? So the blue one is the venue and the time or the date of the movie, right? So don't confuse the two. If you're uncertain, go back and refer to the um, information page, which is the one that we're looking at right now, because there is no penalty if you refer to it like a million times, right? After all, um, the in the exam, the paper is there. You just refer to it as long as you need it, right? So there's no way that anyone will penalize you for referring to it. Okay, so yeah, please refer and get it correct instead of thinking that you got it correct, but actually, well, you never get it correct. Okay, so yeah, okay, right. So that's this particular question, right? At least the information sheet. Ooh, okay, and so yeah, quite straightforward in that sense. Nothing all too difficult, right? So um, let's move on to the question per se. Right? So let's move on to the next page. Yeah, you can, if you want, you can download it. It's in our bio. I don't know, is it here, or here, whichever. I don't know. The link in bio somewhere up there. You can click on it to download the worksheet if you have not. Okay. Why is there a NATO? Your mother forced you to do this. Do what? Spring leaf prata or eat prata or to join this lesson. Well, I mean, it's free, right? If I were your mom, yeah, probably I'll ask my kid to join too. It's free. Why waste the free lesson? Especially if the teacher knows what the teacher is doing, right? But yeah, I can join for our paid lessons instead. Then maybe you can ask your mother join our paid lessons instead. Then you can avoid this TikTok live. Okay, but anyway, yeah. Um, Now, so let's look at the task, right? You are to imagine you are Ken, right? So obviously you are Ken, the boy in the picture, right? And then why do you all learn NATO? But anyway, sure. Why is NATO even in your syllabus? You have to write email to your cousin, but like I said before, in primary school writing, letter or email, there is no effective difference. The format is essentially the same, right? And you are, well, in this case, clearly to write to your cousin Wei Ling, and we know that Wei Ling is a girl, right? So now let's link this back to our PAC, right? So what's our PAC about? Anyone? PAC, is it Cupine and then A for, I don't know, what animal starts with A? Anaconda and capybaras, is it? Right. So, right, let's do this way. So we have P, we have A, and we have C, right? Yes, purpose, audience, context. Good. Remember this, yeah? I know I always keep droning about it, but effectively, like I said, this will carry with you through to secondary school, right? Technically speaking, any piece of writing will require you to use thinking in terms of PAC. Okay. So okay, since you are all quite intelligent people, can you all tell me what is the purpose? Where is the purpose stated and what is the purpose here? So what's the purpose? Anyone? Our dear intelligent people. What's the purpose? You're not intelligent, that makes you wise. Okay, what's the purpose as stated in the question here? Well, Ethan, it's good that you know, right? I mean, you don't want to end up like some other Ethans who are not so intelligent, but be an intelligent Ethan, right? So that's a good thing. Okay, so Yeah. Well, the purpose is not to write the email to our cousin, right? I mean, you can be humble, that's a good thing, but don't always give yourself some, when people praise you, learn to accept the praise, right? Of course, you need to understand that if the person is genuine about the praise, lah, right? But yeah. Anyway, so, okay, so yeah, Cheyenne, is that Cheyenne? Is that how you pronounce her name? Or is it Shane or Cheyenne? But yeah, Cheyenne, but yeah, correct, right. So all of you got it, right? It's basically to ask your cousin to watch a movie with you, right? And so purpose is given here, right? So to ask if she would like to watch the movie with you. So this here is our purpose, right? See, you're intelligent people. Yeah, Cheyenne. Yeah, I used to have a, uh, know a student called Cheyenne. Are you the same Cheyenne? But yeah, she's probably too busy for this. Yeah, anyway, yes, and so good. And so, what is our, or rather, who is our audience? Who is the audience here? And so, therefore, what is the implication of knowing the audience? Anyone? The audience should be easy, huh? Yeah, audience here is Wei Ling, and who is Wei Ling? Is she our, I don't know, our teacher, our friend, our principal, our, I don't know, auntie or what? Who is Wei Ling? Right, so our cousin, Ken's cousin. So how does that affect anything? Why is it formal? Yeah, okay, yeah, you got it. So this cousin here, ooh, the cousin, right, cousin Wei Ling is the audience. So, but how does this affect what we know? Sir Lancelot. Right. So because the audience is our cousin, she's someone of the same, well, social structure, social ranking as us, not structure, ranking, right? And so therefore, based on this, we know that our letter needs to be informal in nature. Okay, right. Yes, as many of you pointed out, family, so therefore informal writing, right? Now, so I also mentioned this before, right? In informal writing, we want to look out for certain things, but let's deal with that a little later. So let's go back to C. C, obviously, most of you know it stands for context, and what here is the context, right? So the context, anyone? All right, it's a bit of an overlap with the purpose. But what's the context here? What's the context of this writing? Anyone? No one knows? Really? Okay, right. So the context, you don't know, it's okay. Now we'll learn, right? So now you learn something. No, no, no. It's not informal invitation. That's the informal part comes because of the audience. The invitation is from the purpose. The context is basically part of this, the watch, the movie. And so this movie we know is this adventure, right? Adventure movie by the name of The Lost Island. So this is part of the um, context, right? It's a bit of an overlap. Yeah. So the context is that there's this new movie, right? And you therefore want to watch it, but your mom actually asked you to invite this cousin along. And so that is the context for which you are writing to this cousin of yours, right? So that is why you must understand what is going on here. But it's quite straightforward, right? It's, if you read the information earlier, you would have understood it. Okay? Right. Now, so let's uh, move on, right, to the next part, right? So we're looking at the content, right? So we're looking at the bullet points here, and here, right, we should have total of 6 content points, right? So let's try to identify the content points. So can anyone tell me where are the content points? What are the 6 content points here? What's the first one? What's the first one? First content point where? Will be the, well, quite obvious. Yeah, the title, right? So title of the movie, straightforward, good. What is the second content point? Second content point. What is the second content point about? No, it's not the Lost Island. Right, exactly what the movie is about. So there was the whole paragraph about what it was about, and so you just have to write it out. Then what's the third content point? Which is the third content point that you have? Anyone? Third content point. Okay, so actually where and when, yeah, that's two. So third is actually where, very good. And then when is actually the fourth content point. So in this particular bullet point that we have here, there are two content points. And I'm sure you are smart enough and experienced enough to know that this happens, right? After all, in primary 5, for those of you who are primary 6, you will have done sufficient number of practices, right, to know that by now. Okay? Why is it always SW and no CW? Because in 1 hour, I won't have time to go through CW, right? Because if you think about it, I cannot be spending 1 hour analyzing the question. That will be a total overkill, right? And then if we do that, we won't have time to write anyway, because the writing is by right about, well, technically speaking, about 50 minutes. So for this TikTok live, well, a bit hard. So for situational writing, there are more technical points that we can go through that you can take note of, and it is a lot easier to score the full marks, right? The full 14 points. So we decided to focus on situational writing. But when you join our creative writing classes, we will go through situational writing and of course creative writing, right? And we'll teach you the various skills to write. So do come join our online classes, right? On Saturdays, right? 9:30 to 11 a.m., right? So yeah, if you want to learn more, or you can join our physical classes, that works too. Your sister's name is Yuki, and then what is your name? Her name is Yuki, and your name is Yuki or Yuki. But anyway, yeah. Okay, come. Then let's move on. Next one, the fifth point. Well, I think you all got it already. So let's move on. This is the why you think she would like to watch the movie. So you notice that this one here is underlined, right? Now, because this one is underlined, if you recall the instructions, it's written up here. The bullet point underline requires you to come up with your own information, but it must be an educated guess based on the context that is given, right? So if you cannot just come up with any random um, answer, so it must be in the context given to you. Okay, so do take note, right? Now, and of course, the last one is how you will meet up before the movie, right? And so this how will obviously include the venue and the time. So if you recall, one is railway mall for the movie, the other one is railway station, right? So you cannot confuse the two places. Otherwise, well, you will be penalized, right? Because you got the content wrong. Okay. Now, so just a very quick reminder, right? After we have our PAC here, right? Okay, so after PAC, we know that because this is informal, in informal, we will generally want to look out for a few things. Well, let me bring this up. Okay, so for informal writing, we will want to take note that, number one, you will have your informal opening, right? So your how are you? Those three words and a question mark will be good enough. Okay, right? And then, of course, the second thing you'll need is you will have a contraction, at least one contraction, right? And of course, number three, you want to have some, well, informality in your writing. So informal writing, right? Like instead of I hope you will whatever, it's like hope you can join in, right? So instead of being so formal, like saying, what do you call that? Like I am here to tell you this or whatever. So how about you join me or sort of thing like that, right? So that would be better in terms of informality. Okay, now, so this is what we will be looking for, right? Informal writing. And again, another gentle reminder that when you write for most writing, situation writing, especially for email, letter, be it formal or informal, right? We need to have the 5 main parts, right? For those, when we do article writing, it's a bit different, right? Hello for real run, is it? You and your this user 7456 are like good friends, you're like competing to see who has more numbers in your names, is it? But anyway, yeah. Okay, right. So remember, we need to have 5 main parts. So the 5 main parts. Can anyone remember? I've been asking you anyway, or you are the regular viewers, right? So you all can tell me, right? What are the 5 parts that I always tell you you must have? I'll just write down the number first. What are the 5 parts that I always need to that I tell you all that you all must have inside the writing? Anyone? You forgot? Then consider joining the real online class, right? The one on Saturday. Then we'll drill it into you more often. Okay. No. Yeah. Greetings. So the greetings is what we call the salutation, right? So yeah, some people call it the greetings. What's the second part we will need in our writing? Good. The purpose, right? So the purpose is where our introduction is, right? So yeah, this will include the purpose. Very good. And then after that, what will we have after the introduction or the purpose? Yeah, not big paragraph, but basically, yes, correct, the body. Very good. So ideally, not ideally, but this is where you will find most, if not all, your 6 points. Like I said before, sometimes we can have our 6 points, part of the 6 points in the introduction, sometimes in the polite ending, although that one less often. Okay, and then what do we have after that? Before the sign off, right? Sign off is actually the last one. Good, right? Sign off is here, and before that, yeah, you have your polite ending, right? So the polite ending is typically to reiterate, right? To reiterate, that means you want to repeat to emphasize the purpose again, right? So like in this case, you are asking the person to join you for the show, then you will say something like, hey, come, let's join us, come join me, that sort of thing. So that's, although I mean that's for like spoken informal, but for the purposes of the writing, you wouldn't be writing that. Okay, right. So seems like yeah, resolution. Although resolution is what we use for creative writing because you have the problem and the resolution. Okay, but yeah, I mean, as long as you get it. Okay, right. I know some of you are itching to write. Let's get started. Oh, 20K likes. Bring it up to more. Come on, 30K or something. Why not? Since we are already doing it. Okay. So anyway, let's bring down. Oh, too far down. Okay, right. So let's start writing. So anyone? Oh yeah, I need to increase the font, right? Because you all complain that can't really see. Okay, wait, Chotomate. The other time I remember it was 16. Okay, so yes, let's start. The Real Slim Shady. That's like a very old song. Please stand up. Please stand up. Right, so dear who? Dear, is it big enough? We have dear Wei Ling, comma. Oh, what is it? Hang on. This typing sound annoying lah. Is there like a way to turn it off here? Cannot. Oh well, whatever. Can? Okay, cannot. Okay, anyway, yeah. Okay, so dear Wei Ling, right? So in the original, the Wei Ling, the name has a space between it. So make sure in yours there's a space too, right? So of course, as with the beginning, right? Because we are starting, so it's capital D, capital W, capital L, and don't forget your comma. There are students who forget your comma, and then they'll be penalized. you want to type out your answer in the chat, I mean, you could, but I'm not sure if I have the time to read it, but sure, you could try it and we can see, right? That's one option. Okay. So let me continue then, right? So after which we will go into the introduction, which is contains the purpose of writing, right? Yeah, you can type. I guess it's fine, but don't flood the chat. I mean, like you type it in one message, right? And then after that, well, if we have the time, we will go through. I mean, to be fair, it's not exactly a 150 hard word limit in the exams. As an examiner, I never bothered to count the words, and we were not told to count the words. I mean, because in any case, if the content is there, it is there, right? But because this is situational writing, my advice to students will always be don't write more than what is necessary, because this is the place where you can definitely still score full marks. And by keeping it to a minimum number of words, right, as in enough to get to do what you need to do, then the chances of you making any mistakes, grammar or spelling or whatever, will be reduced. And so the greater the chance of you getting full marks. Okay. All right. So let's get continue rather. Okay, so yeah, so let's go on to the introduction. So the introduction, oh, the chat word limit, I don't know. I don't know if there's a limit. I don't use TikTok, you know, I have no idea. Okay, I am just performing this um, act for you. I am not a TikTok user. I don't use social media. That makes me a boomer, right? But yeah, you can boom me for all you care. I don't care. At least I touch grass. Ha. Okay, but never mind. I still love you. Okay, hearts. Okay, right. Anyway, right. Let's introduction. So if you recall, we must start with how are you? Of course, if you want to write how have you been, I'm fine, and yada yada yada, by all means go ahead. We won't penalize you, but like I said before, you don't want to write anything excessive because there you want to reduce your chances of making mistakes, and so therefore maintain the high chance of you getting your full marks. Okay, right now. So then let's go on with the purpose. And right, so instead of I'm writing to ask you, let me mellow it down a little because this is informal writing. And so it'll be uh so I will do contraction here already. I'm wondering, right, if you would like to or rather if you maybe if you okay lah, would be free to join me in watching. Oh, hang on. Hey, this keyboard noise annoying lah. Do you all hear the keyboard typing sound? Okay, right. Kahoot is anytime between 7 to 8. Okay, I'm not the one conducting, so I do not know. Okay, but yeah, in watching, so what's the name of the show? The name of the show is The Lost Island. And do remember that because this is the name of the show, we will need to make sure that the capital is for the first, there is a capital letter for each of the words, right? And because we're quoting the name of the show, please remember to add your inverted commas. Okay? Right. Would you be free to joining me in watching this show? And then this is the title. And I shall just be thorough and just mention the date and the time there to tell the place, sorry, the date and the time to tell the when, the time. And then after that, I'll mention the venue as well, right? So it's all in the introduction, right? So I'm watching The Lost Island when this Saturday, and please spell out Saturday, right? What time? At 2 p.m., right? Because the show timing is at 2 p.m., right? This Saturday at 2 p.m., right? At Railway Mall. Okay, and because this is a question, I was wondering, right? I'm wondering if you're free, and so there's a question mark. Now, so you would notice that therefore we have already answered, let me see, yeah, Lost Island, the title, which is point number 1, right? And then we also mentioned points number 3, which is the time, right? And the point number 4, which is the venue of the place, right? So you notice that we actually already have half the content points inside the first sentence, right? Or rather, this is the second sentence because how are you is technically speaking part of the first sentence a question. But yeah, okay. So yeah, there we have it. Okay, so you can notice that we don't write the usual I am writing to whatever because this is like say informal. So we will have the contraction and say I'm wondering, right? A bit more informal compared to you say I'm writing to whatever. So that's more formal. Okay, right. Then let's move on, right, to the body, right? Now, so in the body, we will therefore, it makes sense to tell about the movie, right? So that we can, well, convince this cousin Wei Ling to come and join us, right? So we have to tell more about that movie. And so what's that movie about? So the movie, right, let's say, so it is about a few children, right? And what happened to these kids, right? Who go on an adventure, right? And discover a deserted island, right? Deserted island, right, with mysterious creatures living on it, right? So this one basically I just quoted directly from the the text box, right? What is the format for Telegram? What do you mean? What is the format for Telegram? I have no idea. What do you mean format for Telegram? Can I write, I want to ask if you would be free? Yeah, that is fine. That's a different way of writing it. But I want to ask if you are free sounds, number one, the one to ask is really like a bit strange because you already asked. That's one. Number two, it still sounds a bit formal, but that is in essence quite okay, right? I think there's nothing majorly wrong there, although it's just a nuanced thing, right? Okay, so let's move on. Oh, we have Callis, right? Yes, Cheyenne, what can I do for you? What cheer this? At Cheyenne cheer this. What is it, Cheyenne? Are you feeling shy or something? But anyway, yeah, let's continue, okay? So, it has, right? So we'll probably go and talk about, the reason why your cousin would be interested to join in this show, right? So it has, let me see, it has the elements, the elements of adventure, right? And mystery, right? So let's add a bit of mystery, you know what I mean? Because you're talking about mysterious creatures, right? So it's all there, right? So mystery that you have, well, always enjoyed, right? Because we're trying to say that, this, well, the reason why you want to invite this cousin is because she likes adventure, right? Man, if she doesn't like adventure, she likes, I don't know, rom-com or something else, then what's the point of inviting? Okay, yeah. And so yeah, you have like this. It has elements of, oh, that's not if, of, right, of adventure and mystery that you have always enjoyed, right? Then so that's why I'm writing this. So I'll add another contraction here. So this contraction, I'm, right, certain that you. So we'll add another contraction there just to be sure, right? So you'd, where's the, yeah, apostrophe? You'd like it, right? So yeah, we have another contraction there. So then, so now that is the invitation, or rather the reason why you think your cousin would be interested. Let's go on with the last point, which is about where to meet, right? So if you want to well, watch it, maybe not join, watch it together this Saturday, then comma, that's my comma, a comma, right? Shall we meet at, so this one, do take note of the name, this one you're meeting at Railway Station, not Railway Mall, right? And the time is at 1 p.m., right? The show is at 2 p.m. And so you meet earlier, 1 p.m. Maybe you'll go for lunch or something first, get a snack or whatever. Right? And then, so yeah, so might as well just say, go for lunch first, then 1 p.m. for lunch, right? Before heading to the cinema, right? And so we'll put this as a question mark because this is a question and an invitation at the same time. And so therefore, we will reiterate, re-emphasize that invitation, right? So just to be clear, right? So this is point number 2. What is the movie about? And then we have why you think they'll enjoy it. So the elements of adventure and mystery. And this last one here is where and when to meet. Your teacher told me contractions cannot be used for situational writing. I think maybe there's some misunderstanding. You can use contractions in situation writing for informal writing. If it's formal writing, then of course not. Okay, will I get penalized if I use the formal? I would like to ask you to join me. Okay, now technically speaking, it does affect the tone, right? Or the register of the writing because it comes across as formal. But for the most parts, it is kind of hard to ask you to, well, think of something on the spot to come up with that's informal. But then again, that's why you have practices from primary 5 to primary 6. So we won't basically penalize that for the most parts. But that's why I said the most important one that you must have is this, how are you? This how are you is crucial, right? So based on that, we will know that this is informal. You, the what we call you all, the candidates, right? Can show that there is the awareness that this is an informal piece of writing. So that how are you is important. Okay, right, now let's move on. Oops. So then next one. And so now we'll head to our polite ending, right? And so yeah, let me know, right, if you're, right, so contraction, you're interested, right, as soon as possible, right? Because, well, tickets. But anyway, I'll need to purchase the tickets before they sell out. And to show the excitement, we shall put an exclamation mark, right? And that's like also another way to, invite the person to come along. Okay, and so that is our polite ending. So notice in this case, I don't need to say, thank you for your time and effort or whatever it may be. So that's like say it is always dependent on the context. Okay, can I write how are you? I hope you are doing well. You can, but like I said, why bother to waste time writing that? Use your time instead to figure out what to do for your continuous writing. Plan out your essay there. There'll be a better use of time. Okay, so let's move this up a bit, and then we reach the last part. We have the sign off, and you'll sign off with yours sincerely, right? Or you can write love, you can write cheers, but I always like to keep it to yours sincerely so that you don't have to remember too many things. And you are can, and so you write can. And because there is this is not a what do you call that, formal piece of writing, there is no need for a surname, and you shouldn't add a surname in. Okay, and we are done. Ta-da! Clap, clap, clap. Okay, wait, let me find the sound effects for clapping. Then we congratulate. Then you sing your song, right? Wait, where's the sound effect? Are there? Cheer. Okay, why no cheer? Okay, why is it silent? Is the sound effect not working? Is it me? Lousy, this one. Okay, wait. Anyway, yes, we are done. Okay, any comments, questions, contributions? Otherwise, I will turn on the shameless self-advertising time. Please join our live, right? Writing is on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can join English writing instead. That's on Fridays on what time? 7 p.m. 7:45 p.m. until 9 thing. You have a wonderful DJ host, former DJ and a teacher to teach you English if you join the Friday class. Okay, she very good. Okay. Now, yeah. Otherwise, you can also join our March webinar, our booster programs. We have for P4, 5, and 6. We will do writing. We will do English paper too. Buy one get four free. Okay, more better. Okay. Otherwise, we are done. Tata. I will hand you over to our next teacher, Teacher Lian. You will have your Kahoot that you all have been so longing for. Okay, so yeah, let's we'll pause for a while and we will do the switch. Bye bye. Okay.
Oh, hello. Testing. Ken, does it work? Okay, great. I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience in waiting. Okay, so I saw someone ask me, what's up next? Next up, we are doing primary six English. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, let me just prepare my worksheets. Does everyone here have your worksheet already? Hi, guys. Good to see the familiar faces, familiar names I always see on Thursdays, but now Wednesdays. Okay, give me a second. Hello. Is this suitable for primary 5 also? Primary 5 and primary 6 English is pretty similar in terms of format and even standard. So yeah, of course. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join. Okay? Hi, Fran. Yes, of course I remember you. Avis. Remember you from TikTok Live? Did you change name? Hi, you here. I have not eaten yet, but I had a late lunch, so I'm fine. Thank you for checking with me. And I have some coffee to power me through. Okay. Not to brag, but I got highest in class for English WA, but my marks were 33 over 40. Okay, not trash. Okay, that's decent. It's a good try. Yeah. Oh, you're from the 2024 September boot camp? Yes, okay, that name sounds very familiar. Hi, Cornelia, good to see you again. Okay, teacher, you went to McDonald's? Yes, I did in the morning, but this coffee is not from McDonald's. I reused the cup. Yeah, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, can you guys all see my screen? Okay, let's do a quick chat before we get started. Have you guys downloaded your worksheets? If you haven't, okay, you have to head on over to the link in our profile to get it. Today we're doing Primary 6 English, grammar close, editing, synthesis, and transformation. Okay, Yuki, do I remember you? From TikTok Live, I feel like I'm seeing quite a few new names today. Right? Hi Yamboon, what is happening? Today we are doing Primary 6 English. I'm gonna get started really soon, okay? I watch it all the time. Have you been commenting Goldilocks? A lot of new names today, but I'm happy to see you guys here. Okay? I downloaded and printed. Okay, perfect. All right, so it is 7 o'clock. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We do have Kahoot today for you guys who have been asking me about it. Okay, so make sure that you pay attention and you stick around till the end. My name was YZLX. Ah, okay, yes, I think so. Yeah, very familiar. My mom's account because I got locked out, but I always comment on my old account. So what was your old account? Okay, so how many of you guys have managed to try today's worksheet? Confess now. Have you tried it? Rolex Man, Callista as well. Great job. Okay, Moyes as well. Yanzhang. Nice. Okay, very good. Wilson also. Okay, looks like we are well prepared. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Goldilocks also. Good job, all of you. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to be reading through paragraph. Let me go through paragraph by paragraph. Okay. So today's grammar close is about awake brain surgery. That's kind of scary, right? What does awake brain surgery mean? You guys know? What is awake brain surgery? You can kind of guess from the name, right? Awake brain surgery. It means that they are operating on your brain while you are JJ Power says the patient is awake during surgery, doing the brain surgery while awake. Exactly, right? Now, why would you want to do that to yourself? There's a pretty important reason, right? So if you guys did it, you already know. And then for the rest of you who haven't done it, we're going to find out why. Okay? Doing brain surgery while the patient is awake. You're awake and the doctor does the surgery. Exactly. And it's on your brain, that's inside of your skull. Okay, I'm going to quickly read through the first paragraph, then we'll go through it together. Okay? So, okay, can you guys see? Okay. Awake brain. Oh, give me a second. Okay, awake brain surgery is where a doctor operates on the brain while a patient is awake and alert. It is done on patients blank have brain tumors or seizures near the parts of the brain that control vision, movement, or speech. This surgery allows the doctor to monitor that the patient's vision, motor skills, or speech blank not affected by the operation. What are your motor skills? Okay, wait. Not asking for answers yet. What are motor skills? Anybody knows? Not asking for answers yet. Movement. Very good. Okay, so things like throwing a ball, catching a ball, those all involve your motor skills. Okay, let's finish reading quickly since you guys are very eager to give me answers. Blank the surgery, the patient will be given medication to make him relax. Since the brain does not have blank pain sensors, the patient will not feel any pain even though he blank awake. Okay? Motorcycle skills. We don't call it motorcycle skills, okay? Yes, okay? We call it motor skills. Yeah, but it doesn't mean motorcycle. Okay, yes, now you guys can finally send me your answers. So anyone wants to answer question 1? What is your answer for question 1? It is done on patients blank have brain tumors. Okay, Yuki says the answer is P. Ella says P. Moonlight says P. Avis says who. Noventa says until. JJ Power says who. Yanzhang who also. Okay, many who's, right? Okay, now you guys are mostly correct. We see the clue here. Patience, right? Hold on. Where's my highlighter? Here. Okay, patience. So this is about people, right? So the answer has to be who. P. A. You guys give me a second. I want to make it a bit thicker. Oh, that's too thick. Okay, is it thick enough for you guys to see clearly? Those who say who's got wrong. What do you mean? It is who. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, patients or people who have brain tumors or seizures near the parts of the brain that control these things. Thank you very much, Maya. Why do you all conform to the norms of the English language? Let it define your way of structuring. Okay, well, in primary school, we had to follow the rules pretty strictly, okay? Only when you're writing creatively, and I don't even mean in school compose, maybe you can bend the rules a bit, okay? Okay, and number two, the patient's vision, motor skills, or speech blank not affected by the operation. Answer for question two. Why did the live change to 3 hours? We think that, if you guys can stay longer, right, it's a bit better for you guys rather than your learning getting interrupted, right? Only 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour each. Okay, I see C, I see A. C is R, A is N. Any other answers? C and A. What else? Okay, JJ Power says N. Fozzie says C. Okay, R, C. Dean says regardless. Okay, we have to look at the sentence structure here. H and C. H and C. Okay, so you consider over here, right? These things. Vision. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit confused. Okay, vision, motor skills, or speech. You want to monitor or make sure that something, or rather some things. Okay, so with regards to sentence structure, if you break it down this way, it's a bit easier to understand, right? To monitor that some things, what not affected. I don't think it's H. It's close though. You want to make sure that all these things are not affected, right? So the answer should be, where's my blue? Okay, my blue color is here. C. They are not affected. Okay, the answer will become clearer later, even if you're confused between is and are. Later, you know that there's a blank where the answer is definitely is, right? So that will help to ease your mind a little bit. So sometimes when it comes to your grammar, it's also a bit of elimination. Okay? All right. Blank the surgery, the patient will be given medication to make him relax. Answer for number three. So far, I got correct. Very good. Well done. Noventa books L. Okay, any other answers? Are you doing okay, Ethan Chia? Okay, Moonlight says L. Michael also says L. One Love says throughout. Rolex, Yuki, Fauzi, Yanchang all say L. Very good. You guys are exactly right. So you guys know the drill, right? When all of you get it right, that means that you should explain to me instead, since all of you guys did well. So why is it throughout? Anyone can tell me? The surgery, ma. Okay, you need to explain a bit. Yes, the clue is the surgery. But you say throughout, this is a certain. Because it is during, exactly. So we're talking here about a duration of time, right? During this time, exactly. So throughout the surgery. Very good. Thank you very much, Noventa and Ethan. Good job. Okay, and then user 745 says the surgery is very long. Yeah, so throughout that process, during that whole process. Very good, exactly. Yuki as well. Well done. Okay, question 4. Since the brain does not have blank pain sensors, answer for number 4. Okay, I see B from Rolex, Noventa, Fawzi, Yenchang, Goldilocks. Izzy Daisy also says B. Good. Okay, name's going too fast, but all of you are saying B. And again, you guys are exactly right. Well done. Oh, thank you, Yuki. Okay, well done. So since you guys got it right, now you guys explain to me, why is it B? Why must the answer be any? Very demure. Not too long also, right? Okay, why is it any? Are you okay, May? What happened to you? Okay, why is the answer any? Because it's nothing. Okay, I think you're on the right track, Ethan, but that's not a clear explanation. You are on the right track. Okay, any pain? That's not quite explaining Ash, but I think you have the right idea, just that maybe you're looking at the wrong part of the sentence. Yan Zhang says not. Right? Okay, good. So this boils down to, when do we use the word any? Two main situations. Thank you for the follow, Zana. Welcome to A Grader. Okay, when do we use any? In what kind of statements? Okay, you guys are all pointing out the right clue already, right? Exactly. You're saying there's none. It doesn't have it. There's no pain, nothing. So it's used in nega, nega what? Nega. Oh, very good, Goldilocks. Negative statements. Okay? When you don't have something, right? I don't have any milk left at home, right? Oh, you got this, capybara lover. Must have been a long day for you. Okay, exactly. A negative statement. Okay, we also use it in questions, right? Like, do you have any friends? Okay, all right, question 5. The patient will not feel any pain even though he blank awake. Answer for question 5. Okay, Noventa says H. Wow, you've been here since 5? Respect, capybara lover. I salute you. Okay, we all say H. Very good. I saw many H's. So you guys explain why. Why is it H? Even though he is awake. Why? As he is singular. Very good, one love. Exactly. Well done. Okay? He, singular. So even though he is awake, okay, because it's during the surgery, right? So we're talking about what's happening at that point in time. Present tense. Very good. Well done. Wow, okay. I guess quite a few of you guys have been here since 5 o'clock. Good job. Well done. I'm proud of you guys. Okay? Okay, I'm going to quickly read the next paragraph. Blank 2017, doctors at a local hospital discovered that a man had a brain tumor. Within a week, they decided to go ahead blank and await brain surgery to remove it. After the surgery, the man had to go for both radiotherapy, blank chemotherapy. All right, answer for question 6. I had floorball, so I could not join the 5 o'clock session. Oh, then you've also had a long day, right? Okay, I see G's. Is that all? Do we all agree on G? Is can see. Sorry, what do you mean, Yuki? Okay, all G is very good. Now then, you guys tell me why. Why is it G? In. Why? Can't see the 2? The top. Oh, okay. Can you try and download the worksheet instead? Because later when I scroll to the bottom, you won't be able to see anyway. Okay? You go and download the worksheet, got it locked. Yeah, okay? But I'll show it for now. But quickly go and download because later it might take up too much time. It is a year. Very good. Exactly. In a certain year. Oh my gosh, I don't know where's the highlighter. Okay. In this year. All right. Question 7. Within a week, they decided to go ahead, blank, and await brain surgery. Answer for question 7. When describing a time we use in, it depends, okay? So for example, for days, right, we use on, like on Mondays. For years, we use in, yeah. Okay, Wilson says Q, Michael says Q. Goldilocks and Fauzi say with, very good. And you guys are again correct, very nice. Go ahead with something, right? That means to, go ahead and do it. Okay, question 8. After the surgery, the man had to go for both therapy, blank, chemotherapy. I almost said out the answer. Okay, I see Q. Oh, sorry, that was a previous question. Okay, answer question 8. Thank you for the follow, Tinkle BD. Welcome the 8th grader. Okay, we say A. Very good. My actual name is Ethan. Oh, you have the same name as Ethan Chia. Thank you for the follow, One Love. All right, very good. You guys are exactly right. So why? This one very easy. All of you guys should be able to explain to me. Why is it N? Thank you for sharing the live, guys. I appreciate it. Bring more of your friends here. Yes, Rolex man, what's up? Okay, both. There are two things. Very good. Okay, both the first thing and the second thing. Exactly. Well done. Okay. Thank you for the share, Yan Chang. Okay, last paragraph. So now here is where I need to move up. You won't be able to see the options, okay? So please download the worksheet if you don't have it already. My cannot join. He's having tuition at 8th grade. Okay. Oh, that's sad. Okay, maybe he can join on Thursdays. Okay, the success rate, blank, and await brain surgery is dependent on the type of tumor and age of the patient. Blank, many have benefited from this surgery. Because of this revolutionary medical procedure, patients have been given a new lease of life. Okay, question 9. Answer question 9. I see off, I see J. Do we all agree? Oh, so far so good. Okay, Fran, don't spend so much. If not, I cannot see other people's answers. Wilson also can send it 2 or 3 times at most. But yes, you guys are exactly right. Very good. Okay, so looks like we all agree on J. That is off. Okay, we say the success rate of something. Right, so how often it has worked well. Exactly. Okay, question 10. Blank, many have benefited from this surgery. Answer for question 10. Last one. Okay, One Love says but. Okay, the hen okay sign says K. Wilson says K. May says K. Quite a few Ks. Okay, so should it be but or K? So all of you have the right idea that there is contrast over here, right? It is dependent. Oh gosh. Bombastic side eye. You have to download the worksheet from our profile. Okay. Okay, let me explain. Dependent on the type of tumor and age of the patient, this is basically telling you that the outcome not, okay, I'm just going to write not. Basically, the outcome is not guaranteed, right? I cannot promise you that it will be successful. So that is kind of a negative thing, right? But then in the next part, let me make it a bit smaller so you guys can see the sides. Okay. But then in the next part, it says, many have, Donna, I'm not reading your comments right now. Give me a second. Many have benefited. This is a good thing, right? So we do need a connector for contrast. But is it because it's a negative thing? Exactly, one love. Yes, you're right. Okay, but because of the sentence structure, okay, you see here we end the sentence, then here we start a new one and we have a comma after, but cannot be used in this way. So the answer has to be regardless. Okay? So you guys have the right idea, you just have to look out for your sentence structures. All right, yeah, good job. Yeah, I think you guys did pretty well, right? I think. Well done. Okay, I'll give you guys a few seconds to finish up your notes and then we'll move on to our editing section. Okay, thank you for the follow, Leza T. Nice to have you with us. Okay, can I move on? Do we have break? I have to see how the timing goes, but usually for my life, I don't think I have time to have a break. Okay, especially because today we have Kahoot, so we want to have time for that. Thank you for the compliment, Wanda. All right, let's move on to editing. Okay, for editing, we have spelling, grammatical errors, 10 marks. How much each? I mean, how many marks each? One each? Are you sure? mm, five each. Okay, I need to eat. Oh, you guys quickly go and eat now if you haven't already. Okay, five each. Very good. Okay, let me quickly go through the first paragraph. Actually, it's one long paragraph, so I'll go through until a certain part, okay? I have a big family, a brother, Alex, two sisters, Lucy and Talia, and our parents. Everybody in the family have taken or is currently taking piano lessons. Amongst all of us, Lucy is the exceptional one because she is an excellent pianist. Okay, let's go through these first. Question 11, spelling or grammatical error. I'm gonna eat while watching. Okay, make sure you chew your food properly. Okay, okay, you guys are giving me a different word. So this is a grammatical error. Very good. G1, right? Now, should it be has or had? Those are the two answers that I'm seeing. Which one should it be? Present tense or past tense? Yeah, it's something that is still true, right? Every one of us has taken. Thing that's still true, and it should be singular because our subject here is everybody. So you know that everybody is kind of special, right? Even though it refers to more than one person, we use it with a singular verb because we're talking about all of them together as individuals. Okay? Okay, question 12, spelling or grammar? It's okay, Ethan. I'm glad you're trying. Okay, spelling or grammar for question 12? Okay, very good. We agree that spelling. Now let me see how you guys spell exceptional. Okay, Wilson correct. Shen correct. Goldilocks correct. Ella correct. One Love correct. Capybara Lover good. Moyas good. Rolex Man good. Ethan Chia good. Yuki good. Okay, well done. Hopefully none of you guys cheated with autocorrect. Just kidding, huh? I believe you guys know how to spell exceptional. Okay, good. Oh, I spoke too soon, Yuki. Maybe. No cheating. Don't use autocorrect. This is for primary 6 students, Ray, but no matter what level you are, you're more than welcome to join us. Okay? Yes, very good, Andrea. Okay, I'm gonna continue reading from here. She has no difficulties playing all the complicated notes. She practices frequently for at least 4 hours a day. She always joins in when one of us is playing a piano, to give us encouragement and moral support. Okay, question 13, spelling or grammar? Okay, One Love says spelling. Yes, Yuki, what's up? I do not know how to spell exceptional, but I'm It's okay, Varric. We are here to learn, right? If you came here knowing all the answers, you don't need to be here. Okay? Right? The point is to come here and learn. So there's no shame in not knowing. Okay, how do we spell frequently? Good job, Wilson. Good job, One Love. Oh, welcome back, WL. Oh, you come to 8th grader? What level are you, Ray? Good job, Yanbun. Good job, Yuki. Good job, Dita121. Good job, Relaxman. Yanzhang. Zetrix. Moyes. Are you primary 6? Well, this is perfect for you. Okay, good job, WL. Yes, very good. Well done. Frequently. Quently. Oops, can you guys see? Okay. All right, question 14. Spelling or grammar? Good job, Infinity. Okay, spelling or grammar for question 14? WL says grammar. Do we agree? Okay, Moyes also agrees. Avis agrees. Ethan agrees. Ella as well. Good job. Okay, this is G2. What should the answer be for question 14? Good job, Infinity. And Yanzhang as well. Good. Okay, Zetric says the. Good job. And JZ says the. Well done. WL. Good. Capybara Lover. Good. Ella, Yuki, One Love, Moyes, Yanzhang. Capybara Lover, Infinity, Rolex Man. Well done. Varric and Avis as well. Good. Okay. Playing the piano, right? Something that has been mentioned before. Okay, let's continue. Initially, Lucy faced her own challenges. When she was 7, Lucy injured her thumb by an unfortunate accident. As a result, Lucy could only use her 4 fingers on her right hand to play the piano. Okay, question 15. Spelling or grammar? Okay, One Love knows what I'm going to ask already. Spelling, good. Thank you guys for the shares. Okay, so this is S3, right? Now, how do you spell initially? One Love correct, good. Goldilocks correct, Moya's correct, Ray correct, Ella correct. Yes, you are right, Wilson. Good job, Zetrix. Good job, Yanzhang. Good job, Ethan. Good job, WL. Good job, Wilson. Good job, Shan. Very nice, doing very well. Good job, KH. Good job, Moyes. Okay, all of you are right. Ethan, why are you misspelling your own name? Okay, don't forget, you have to write your capital I over here since it is the start of a new sentence, okay? Can you call me Cornelia? Okay, I will try to remember Cornelia. Okay, I'll try my best. Moyes is Cornelia. Okay, how about, oh, I didn't see your answer, friend. I'm sorry. You send it again, okay? Okay, question 16, spelling or grammar? I regret drinking hot coffee. I'm very hot now. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, friend. Later send it again, okay? I will check. Okay, very good. You guys are exactly right. This is a grammatical error, G3. Well done. Okay, now tell me what the answer should be for question 16. Grandma. Okay, I see in and I see with. Okay, in, with, from. Okay, I'm going to write down these answers that I see. In, with, from. During. Okay, I have no space for during. During, okay. Some of us think it's during. Okay, right here. Can you guys still see it? Okay. Okay, in, from, with, during. Those are the 4 answers that I see. Okay, we have to look at the word accident, right? So you say she injured her thumb in an accident, with an accident, from an accident, or during an accident. Which one is the best? when it comes to collocations? Okay. No, it is in. Okay. In an accident. Collocations. Collocations are words that naturally go together. Okay. In an accident. It's okay, friend. The next one you'll get it correct and I will see it too. Okay? Alright, let's continue reading. Therefore, she had to rehearse twice as much as the rest of us. I cannot imagine what it must have been like for her. Not only is it difficult to play the piano with only 4 fingers, but it is also frustrated not to be able to reach some of the keys on the piano easily. Okay, question 17, spelling or grammar? I got 0 for now. No, I saw you get the question correct just now, very right. Okay, you guys sending me the answers already. Grammar, right? G4. Okay, now. Okay, answers. Wilson says rehearse. I meant to use read. Fran says rehearse. Wilson says rehearse. Ray says rehearse. WL says rehearse. Very good. Okay, all of you guys are exactly right. Good job, Shen, Infinity, Yanzhang, and Fran as well, and Cornelia. Exactly. So, since you guys got it right, your turn to explain. I can relax. Since you guys are doing so well, you tell me, why is it rehearsed? Oh, Michael, so fast. Okay, very good. Ah, is it about present tense? Are you sure? Okay, those of you who haven't done so already, please make sure that you're following us, okay? So that you don't miss out on our lives. Okay, Cornelia says, had to after is the root form. Okay, basically I was saying after to, we need to use the root form, right? Very good, okay? So here had to rehearse. Here we have to use the base form. Okay? Yeah, but you got the other question correct, very right, I remember. Okay, question 18, spelling or grammar. Okay, WL helped me say it already. G5, very good. Thank you, WL. Okay, answer. Ella says frustrating. WL says frustrating. Oh, is it a spelling error? Not quite right. Grammatical. Oh, Fuzzy, you need to watch your spelling. Might have been a typo. Okay, good job, Infinity. Good job, Goldilocks. Good job, Wilson. Cornelia typo, I think. Good job, Infinity. Good job, Yanzhang. Good job, Foxy. Oh, hi again, Foxy. I remember you. Okay, well done, Cornelia. Well done, Relax Man. Infinity typo this time. One love. Very good. Okay, exactly. It was frustrating. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Which word class does frustrating belong to here? Curious. Yes, friend, what's up? Use what? Miss P6 English. You can join us and enjoy, right, the memories. Word class, not the meaning. It is frustrating not to be able to reach some of the keys. This is an I don't know what it's called, but it's the ing form. That's the form, not the word class. It's an adjective, right? Describing how the experience was, okay? It was frustrating. Okay, now that we've reached G5, we know that our last two ones must be spelling errors, so S4 and S5. Let me quickly read through and then you guys can show off your spelling, okay? Despite this challenge, Lucy displayed perseverance. She has never felt embarrassed or compared herself to us. I'm glad to have a sister who reminds the rest of us to never give up. Question 19. No cheating, no autocorrect. Okay? No autocorrect, huh? Okay, let me see. Rolex Man got it right. Cornelia, good job. Wilson as well. Ella got it right. Yan Zhang, very close. Foxy, good job. Goldilocks, good job. Read, close, good try. Okay, Cornelia got it right already. Okay? Alright. Now, per, oops, per, the. Now, question. My next letter over here, is it an R or a V? R or V next? Perseverance. Tina says V. Meow Lodi says V. Ethan says V. Ella says V. Well, everybody's saying V now. I saw quite a few of you guys write R next. Okay, I'll try to remember Kayla. Goldilocks is Kayla. Okay, I'll try my best. If not, just remind me. Very good. Next letter is V. So those of you who put an R next, unfortunately, that is wrong. Okay, so that's the common spelling error that students make. They put the R before that V. Okay, I'm Melody. Okay, that one is easier to remember, Melody. Okay, spelling for embarrassed. Spelling bee time. Please spell the word embarrassed. Okay, Cammy Lover, you are right. Medina, you are right. Corelia, you are right. LHS, you're right. Melody, good. Okay, going a bit fast, okay? Kayla, right? Did I remember correctly? Okay, very good. Many of you guys are right. So, embarrassed, how do we remember? Double R, double S. Okay? Very good. Ah, not embarrassing. Embarrassed. Okay? You cannot say she has never felt embarrassing. She has never felt embarrassed. Thank you, Kayla. Is this 2020 fail study paper? No, it's not. Okay, can I move on to our S&T section? Of course, you may, Yuki. Please hurry back, okay? Okay, very good. You guys did a great job. Okay, a few seconds to quickly finish up your corrections and stuff. Then we're gonna move on to S&T. Okay? Which A grader do you go to? This year, I'm only teaching our online primary 6 class, which I'll tell you guys about at the end of the live. Okay? I don't teach at a physical outlet this year. What level? This is for primary 6 JJ Power. Okay, but of course, no matter what level you are, you're more than welcome to join us and hang out and try your hand at the question. Okay, and then Kahoot, yes, Kahoot after S&T. Oh, good job, Melody. Proud of you. Well done. I want to meet you in person. Are you an 8th grader student? You might. I sometimes drop in on some classes, or I will be around at the centers. Yeah. So you must make sure and come say hi. I watch your TikTok live. Okay, I think that's enough time for you guys to finish up your notes. Now let's move on to synthesis and transformation. I'm at Choa Chu Kang. I may see you sometime in the future, hopefully. Okay. Thank you, Melody. I appreciate that. Okay, 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. Well done. Okay, question 21. John did not give up. He persevered to complete his revision. Okay, we have to start with instead of. All right, send me your answers. How do you answer this question? Instead of what? Hi, JL. Welcome to 8th grader. Okay, Ray says, instead of giving up, John persevered to complete his revision. That was really fast. Okay, Melody says, instead of giving up, he persevered to complete his revision. Almost, Melody. Don't forget something very important. The name, right? Fozzie says, instead of giving up. Where's the rest of your sentence? Wilson, instead of giving up, John persevered to complete his revision. Very good. One love. Oh, sorry, it moved a bit fast. Okay. Ethan, John preserved to complete his revision. You know that preserved is a completely different word. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't get to read all the answers, so I'll start to go through. Okay, I think most of you guys got it right, so good job. Okay, instead of giving up. Okay. Now, I want to ask you guys a very special question because this is something that I've been trying to teach you guys, right? Why do we use the ing form here? I'll give a special shout out to whoever can remember what this is. Instead of giving up, instead of something, right? So we're using the ing form here because this is a action. Starts with G. I got no space. Instead of something, it's a verb that functions as a noun. Do you guys remember? What was the question? Why do we have to use the ing form here? A verb functioning as a noun. User 74561919474990. Very good. You remember. Okay. So this is something that I've been trying to get you guys to remember. It is a gerund, right? Oh, aspect as well. Good job. Thank you for having a name that's much easier to say. Wilson also. Very good. This is a gerund, right? So we have to use the present participle form. Oh, WL also. Infinitive. Well done. What is that? A gerund is a verb functioning as a noun. And it will be in the present participle form, meaning the ing form. Okay? So you would say instead of something, right? Something is a noun, is a thing, it's a noun, right? But giving is a verb. So that's why we say it's a verb functioning as a noun. We have to use the ing form. Okay, good. Okay, let me stop rambling and complete this sentence. Instead of giving up, John, don't forget to put the name. Persevered. What's my next letter? I have a friend named Jared. Okay, that's a very nice name. I never won Jaren before. What do you mean? Next letter is B. Yes, very good. Please remember. John persevered to complete his revision. Good. Well done. Okay, I think you guys did pretty well. Okay, question 22. Do you know the ending to this mystery story? Tessa asked her father. Okay, Tessa asked her father, send me your answers. No, preserved is wrong, Ethan Chia. Okay, Kayla says, Tessa asked her father if he knew the ending to this mystery story. Close, Kayla, you forgot to change something. Melody says, if he knew the ending to the mystery story. Something's a bit wrong, Melody. Aspect says, if he knew the ending to that mystery story. Very good. You guys forgot to change the word this, or you changed it wrongly, right? Okay, so do, no. Remember that do, does, and did attached to a verb. So we draw our spectacles. Do, does, and did. Okay. So do, that makes it present tense, right? So present changes to past. Here we're changing the tense. You, we need to change because it's a pronoun. And then this refers to place. So we also need to change that. Okay. So Tessa asked her father if or whether, either is fine, he knew the ending to that mystery story. Okay, I want to ask a quick bonus question because this is something that some of my students are struggling with. Okay, if I ask, if the verb here, okay, wait, let me make it clearer. I'll change it to did he know? Okay, bonus question. Can you change this for me to reported speech, indirect speech? Did he know? What would that become? If he knew, not quite. Had he known? Okay, you have the right idea, Kayla, but it's a question, right? Did he know? So, not if he knew. Welcome back, Evangeline. Very good. Okay, this would become if he had known. Okay, so those of you guys who are still writing new, right? Why is it had known? Because you see, we draw our spectacles, did know. Did is past tense. Once you see past tense, you must add the word had in your answer. Okay, very good. Thank you for the follow, Saint. Okay, good. Thank you for answering my bonus question. Now, question 23. The dog scampered away when it saw its owner enter the room. Answer for question 23. Okay, Brian says the dog scampered away upon seeing its owner enter the room. That was really fast. Good job. Okay, JL said the same thing. Aspect, the dog scampered away upon the... Good job, Aspect. Well done. Okay, so the dog. Very good job, Ella. Good job, Evangeline. Good job, Infinity. Good job, Wilson. Well done. Okay, guys, you cannot spam, okay, because the comments will disappear. Just send it once or twice is enough. Alright? Because I just saw a few comments disappear. So please don't spam, alright? Dog scampered away. Okay. I'm still Kayla. Eventually, it's just my name. Oh, okay. Okay. It's making it harder for me to remember Kayla. Okay, Cheyenne says the dog scampered away upon seeing its owner enter the room. Very good. Upon seeing its owner enter the room. It's okay, Kayla. I will do my best to remember. If I forget next time, you just remind me. Okay, WL, the dog scampered away upon seeing its owner enter the room. Good. Yuki says the dog scampered upon seeing its owner enter the room. You cannot change the sentence unnecessarily. Yeah? Okay? How many questions are on this paper? We have 2 more questions left, and then we're moving on to our Kahoot. Okay, question 24. James questioned whether Tom was sincere. All right, I'm very interested in your answer for question 24. Let's see who gets it right. Okay, Brian says Tom's sincerity was questioned by James. Brian, you're so fast. Okay, Aspect got it right as well. Good job. Wilson got it right as well. Good job. Thank you for the share. I eat water. Good job, Kayla. No, not Kayla. Aurelia. Okay, upon seeing its owner enter the room, the dog scampered away. Fozzie, the word upon is in the middle. Yeah, so you cannot put it in at the front. Okay, you have to follow the structure that's given to you. Okay, very good. Kayla, Cheyenne, Yuki, Foxy, Infinity, Melody. Wow, this question is surprisingly easy for you guys. Well done. Okay, so after Tom's, right, we have the apostrophe S. We use the noun form. So we change sincere to sincerity. And then we are changing it to passive voice, right? Was questioned by James. Good job. Okay. Last question. Mother stormed out of the house. She was exasperated. Okay. Good job, Ella. Good job, Wilson. Good job. I'm scared. S&T is always my weakness, to be honest. You guys are doing pretty well. Good job, Foxy. Good job, Aspect. Good job, Infinity. Good job, Cornelia. Yuki, ask me later, okay? I'm focusing right now. Good job, JL. Very nice. Good job, Kayla. Good job, Infinity. Okay, so after in, we use the noun form, right? So, mother stormed out of the house in exasperation. Very good. Okay, I think you guys did really well. Good job. Okay, a few seconds to finish writing, and then I'm going to launch my Kahoot. Okay, yes, let me show you guys the rules. Okay, here. Okay, so please, I'm gonna go through this before I switch the Kahoot so all of you know what's going on. Okay, what is the Kahoot prize? It is a mystery prize for the top three. Okay. Yes, I do, Yuki. Okay, please join Kahoot with your TikTok name as much as possible. Okay, if you have any funny characters that you cannot type in, it's fine. Try to keep it as close to your TikTok name as possible. Now, very important, please listen to me. If you are in the top three, you have to screenshot your place on the podium and send it to us. If you do not keep your screenshot, we cannot give you a prize. Okay, so you have to take a screenshot. Everyone clear on that? Okay, and then you can DM us the screenshot on TikTok or send it to this number to claim your gift. All right, so you can screenshot the rules now if you need to, and then I'm going to prepare for the Kahoot. All right. Okay, I won last time for science, but I still haven't got the gift. Did you send the screenshot, Foxy? If not, maybe you send a message again. You check with them. Okay. Can I put my name as Ethan Young? Just stick to your TikTok name, okay? Okay. Everyone, show out the rules, ah. Remember, we're in the top three. You have to screenshot it. If not, you cannot get your prize. Kahoot should include P5 science, P6 writing, and P2 English. All the subjects are Kahoot, just not on the same day. Okay? What's the code? 630879. Quickly join. One more. Okay, hi guys. Those of you who are coming in, you can quickly join our Kahoot to stand a chance to win a prize. Okay? Okay. Anybody still rushing? I'm gonna flash the rules just one more time in case you guys can't remember. Very important. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna start counting down and then I'm going to start the Kahoot, alright? Okay, 10, 9, 8. What is the prize? Mystery prizes. Okay? 7, 6. I changed my language to Spanish. Good luck to you. 5. Is it okay if I don't screenshot if I win because my father is very strict? If you don't screenshot, you won't be able to get your prize, Wanda. Yeah? You wanna check with him? Okay? 4, 3. You can of course still play, okay? But without a screenshot, we cannot send you the prize. 2, 1. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good luck, guys. Try your best. Is the prize bonus box? No. They're items, okay? Good luck, everybody. Good luck. 2 thumbs up. And let's go. Having seen Michael blank the wallet, Sarah knew she could not trust him. Lock in those underwear. Quick, quick. Two, 1. Time is almost up. Okay, let's see. 30 of you got this right? Having seen, right? So this is a verb, noun, verb construct. Saw him steal. Okay, we have to use the base form over here. All right. Okay, no matter what place you are, we never back down, never what, because there are still 7 more questions. Okay, we never give up. Okay, are we ready for the next question? And let's go. Oh, not yet. Sorry, I forgot about our podium. Okay, page number 1. Edric, number 2. Andrea Chia, number 3. Branson and Michael Tan close behind. Tough competition, guys. You look at the gap, it's so small. Okay, question 2. Type answer. Get ready to type. The cat darted under the couch when it heard the vacuum turn on. The cat darted under the couch upon blank the vacuum turn on. Type quickly, but more importantly, very accurately. Okay? Drop down. Put one word in maybe word. You may write more than one word, doesn't mean you have to write more. Okay, the answer is hearing. Good job to 43 of you. Well done, right? On hearing, the vacuum turned on. ING form. Let's see. Oh, Edric, very strong. Andrea also rose 1 place, right? And then page number 3. Oh, Michael came up 1 spot also. JL also up. Very nice. Oh, special mention to Capybara Lover, the highest timer. Okay, 6 more questions. All right, good luck. Number 3. Sinhui blanked to jog home, but she is taking a bus instead due to the rain. Think carefully, okay? Don't follow the signs blindly. Think carefully. Don't get tricked. Lock in your answers. Okay, 38 of you. So some of you guys got tricked. But most of you did pretty well. She is taking a bus instead. So she changed her plans, right? So that it has to be past tense. That's what she wanted to do initially. All right. It's okay. 10th place. Never back down, never what. Okay. First place, Andrea, now on top. Edric, number 2, and Paige very close behind. Oh, we have a new top 5 contender, Gorilina, and Michael Tan still in top 5. Okay, yes, always have hope. Let's go. Number 4, type your answer. Sarah stomped out of the kitchen. She was furious. Sarah stomped out of the kitchen in... Do you guys know the correct form of the word? You cannot use your own word, She was furious. She was furious. Try your best. Last second. The noun form is fury. Definitely not happy. Oh, looks like this was a hard one. 6 people got it right. Good job. It is hard, okay? But never give up. What's the code? 630879. 630879. Curiosity is not a word. Okay. All right, let's look at our podium. Oh, big change. Michael's now on top. And we have a new second place, JXHC. Andrea, Edric, and Paige still very close behind. Okay? Don't give up, Hans. No, frustration is related to the word frustrated. Furious and frustrated are different. Okay? Don't give up, Cornelia. Okay. Question 5. Bala never arrives late. Blanky. Don't give up, Infinity. You have to try your best and be proud of your results. Code 630879. 0 All right, the answer is does he, right? So never, this is a negative statement. So we need a positive tag. Okay. So those of you who chose doesn't, remember that not is not the only word that makes it negative. Okay. Never also makes it negative. You cannot give up, friend. You see, right? Even if we don't do well today, you learn from your mistakes, you'll do better in the future, right? Yes, never give up. Okay? We're all here to learn. All right, let's take a look at our podium. Oh, Michael holding strong. Andrea and Paige, Shen, Edric very close behind. Okay, we have 3 more questions. Let's move on to question number 6. Type your answer. How many questions left? 3, including this one. Okay, Liam refused to quit. He worked hard until he mastered the penalties. Instead of blank, he worked hard until he mastered the penalties. Punctuation counter. Okay, last 5 seconds. Type faster. Okay, instead of quitting, comma, very important, Liam refused to give up, right? Xiao Hao, you must learn from Liam. Liam refused to give up. Okay, 4 people got it right. Let's have a look. Where did John come from? I couldn't type fast enough. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Oh, Michael very strong. Edric came up. Andrea, Paige, and Shen very close behind. Okay, I only put quitting. Read carefully, capybara lover. Okay, 2 more questions. Don't give up, Very. Try your best. Okay, number 7. There are blank oranges here today than yesterday. Someone must have eaten some. Answer for question 7. More, less, fewer, lesser. This one is also a tricky question. I won't give up. That's the way, Xiao Hao. I'm proud of you no matter the outcome, Xiao Hao. Okay, hi Nikki. Alright, so 24 of you guys got this right. Quite a lot of you guys chose lesser. Okay, this is something very important I want to talk about. Lesser is not used to refer to amount. Okay? Lesser is not used to refer to amount. Less is used to refer to amount, right? Lesser means something like inferior, not as good as something else. Alright? It's okay, guys. I'm taking the Kahoot as a chance to teach you guys some important things or common misconceptions, right? Okay? What's the answer? Fewer. Fewer. Oranges, countable. It has to be fewer, not less. Okay? I'm less stressed now because I never give up. Good. Okay, guys. The next question is the last question. Give it your all. Be proud of your effort no matter what place you end up in. Alright? And let's go. Last question. Oh, no chains, but JL came up. Watching you, JL. Okay. Last question. Type your answer. Can you do a cartwheel? Mia asked Jake. Mia asked Jake blank a cartwheel. I'm sorry, Han, not today, but next time, okay? I promise there will be more cartwheels in the future. Last 5 seconds. Okay, 2 possible answers. Whether he could do or if he could do, right? Can you do? So, if he could do. Alright? 15 plays. Very good try, One Love. Why to do cannot? To do it would be a command. So, it would just be do a cartwheel. Right? So then he would say, he asked Michael to do a cartwheel. Not can you do a cartwheel. Okay? Yeah, no problem, Xiaohao. Good question. Okay, let's have a look at our podium. Our top three, please remember to screenshot, okay? In third place, Paige. And our second place today is Andrea. And our winner for today is Michael. Okay, congratulations. Honorable mention to Edric and Capybara Lover. Very good. Oh, that's really close, Kayla. Okay? Okay, I hope you guys had fun. Our dear winners, please screenshot your name on the podium. Okay, don't forget, and then you need to send it to us. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed what you learned today, okay, you can always come for our free trial. We have the above subjects. Free trial, okay, you have nothing to lose for English, Math, Science, Creative Writing for Primary 5 to Primary 6. And we also have Secondary 1 to 2 Math. Alright? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, and also, with that, I will probably leave you guys for tonight. I will ask my mommy to sign me up for a free trial. You can screenshot, okay? So that you can show her the detail. When's the next live that I'm inside? 2 weeks from now. Same day, same time. Okay? So next Wednesday. Alright, and then for those of you guys who want to join our next live, it will be next Wednesday, 5 to 8 p.m. for Primary 5 and 6 Math, as well as Primary 6 Science. Okay? Yes, OT for 6 minutes. Okay? Okay, next time I add a bit more time to it, May. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, bye guys. Have a good rest. I will see you guys in 2 weeks, okay? Thank you, Shasian. Good night. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate your company. See you guys again in 2 weeks. Bye bye.